Ayo gamers. It's a Binge compil. Shun. Oh whoa. Nani ko ray.
I had the gas man come who was very, very Texan. And he told me about propane lines. And when he was walking through my living room, he spots one of my Miku figures and goes, "That looks like one of those Genshin Impacts," in his country accent. Life's great. Wait, you can erase an entire solid color? Bro's never heard of the magic wand tool. Wizards making fun of me at the sorcery club. Hatsune Miku in Fortnite confirmed, coming 2025.
Hatsune Miku!
Sorry I put aviator sunglasses on the baby Jesus in your nativity scene and started singing Highway to the Manger Zone. It'll likely happen again next year. Video games cause violence. Meanwhile, me reloading my save because I accidentally made one of my characters sad. I'm sorry, Tiki, I'll never do it again. I think every language needs a smiley face looking character. You know, Arabic has the letter T. They're besties. Nah, you just wrote shit. Gonna start a company where people pay me $400 a month for access to pizza. And when they want pizza, they call me for pre-authorization, and I tell them where they can go, how much they can buy, and what kind they can get. My company will pay for 50% after the first $250 spent. You guys got it now? This is a joke about American health insurance. Do you get it? You know, you say you dislike turn-based combat, yet you constantly get into beef on Twitter. Curious, Replace the concept of intrusive thoughts with Twitch chat, and it's much easier to ignore them. I should do that. My 3-year-old told me that when she was in my belly, she had toys to play with. And the toys are still in there. So that's terrible news. Twitter/X no longer states if a tweet has been edited. Welcome to X, the misinformation app. Getting ready to move, and I'm sad because I've been building up this dust layer on my Vita, and it might get disturbed. The sheer disrespect you gave to that Vita is almost commendable. Play the grinder notification noise at Christmas dinner to see which conservative relatives panically check their phone ringer. Delightful. Trigger warning, arachnophobia. Okay. Some species of burrowing spiders keep teeny tiny frogs in their burrows to keep it free of bugs too small for the spider to get that might try to eat the spider's eggs. This means that tiny frogs are spider cats. You know, even if you hate spiders, you can't hate this. That's the most precious thing I've ever seen. Ugh, why are IT guys such dicks? Well, last week I drove 2 hours to push the power button on a server that 3 separate people assured me was already on. You know, she was new in town and didn't have any friends until she decided to trust a handsome stranger. Hallmark movies and true crime podcasts. Oh, fuck, it's true. Would you live here? I had to sell my evil lair. You're using it for a meme. Brain rot has been named Oxford University 2024's Word of the Year. Brain rot, supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as a result of overconsumption of material, now particularly online content, considered to be trivial or unchallenging. Also, something characterized is likely to lead to such deterioration, like finding out that brain rot has been named Oxford University 2024's James Gunn's Creature Commandos debuts with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes ain't reliable, though. Then watch it and form your own opinion. That debut score is good enough for me to give it a try. Why not you? Was looking into Eggman's 2006 ship design and noticed his chair had circular connectors, similar to his own on the back of his suit. Was the idea behind those ridiculous things in the front to extra wire him into the larger mechs like Egg Wyvern but left unused? Yo, Eggman, you got your Doc Ock tentacles around the wrong way.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
I try to talk to strangers on the internet like we are chatting in line at a grocery store together. Some of you talk to strangers on the internet like you're having active road rage at all times. The bad part of getting older is that you become an NPC. The good part is that being an NPC rocks. Nothing like walking down the street with a thought bubble that's just a sandwich you're looking forward to. Protagonism is best left to the teens and the insane. And the insane teens. Maybe not the insanes who think they are teens. Let's, maybe. It has been either 438 or 0 days since Markiplier was in the hospital, I guess. Both wrong. Mark, what did you do? My daughter and I going down the headcanon rabbit hole. Start. In The Great Mouse Detective, is there a mouse equivalent to Mycroft Holmes? And frantically figuring out if the mouse Franz Ferdinand was killed and started Mouse World War I. You know, freedom of speech isn't freedom from repercussions. That's why everyone who works at retail doesn't tell you to go fuck yourself. Keep that in mind the next time you see someone complain about saying something really fucking stupid on the internet, and then they have to deal with the consequences of it. They're not getting censored, they're getting punished. And finally, the Joker. It's the Joker, guy. Look at it. Oops, I sneezed on my pineapple. Dude, you gotta play the new Sony exclusive. It's like an action game where half the time you're just walking behind someone while they exposit, and occasionally you get to hit square/shoot and the same 3 enemy types. But get this, the story, it's about how being a dad is the most epic game of all. Can I be fully honest? This is kind of why I'm enjoying FF16 versus FF7 Remake. Inside of you, there are 2 wolves. Inside Mozart, there were like 11 or 12. That's why they called him Wolfgang. Stupid, I love it. Character AI is for bitches. Real motherfuckers read fanfic. Thank you, YouTube user Quite. Wait, YouTube user Quite? Holy shit. I think like a Luigi. Oh, yeah. Post a schedule ahead of time, I swear. The game of the year is Tiddlywinks. Woo! What's your most pretentious opinion? I do think I'm better than people who use AI. Like, imagining you have the audacity to just say to an artist that you stole their art from to feed into a machine that, oh, I don't know how to draw and I can't be bothered to draw. This is my way of doing it, and you should respect that. No, you took my shit, bro. Behold, this is the Japanese Emperor Caterpillar. So what you're saying is, this little guy runs Japan. I don't completely understand how athletic tape works, so I sort of assume the physiotherapist transcribes some runes on you and it fixes your tennis elbow. Dude, not gonna lie, the colors look kind of badass. Well, the weather outside is frightful, but inside is equally frightful. No matter which room you go, full of crows, full of crows, full of crows. Caca. Sorry for the silly customization I did, Ben Starr. Never apologize for art. Meanwhile, in the 1980s... Ew, what is this woke bullshit? Female protagonist. You know, instead of calling your house cluttered, you can call it Studio Ghibli-inspired. Sounds much nicer than saying you have a hoarding problem. My dreams have a weird special feature that I like to call Emergency Markiplier. Or if I'm stuck in a horror situation, Markiplier's face cam will appear in the corner of my vision, and he'll start controlling my body like he's Let's Playing me. One time I was stuck trying to survive a bunch of monsters, and when I was about to die, he just popped up in my visions and started talking to the camera like, "Hello everybody, that's Markiplier. Today I will destroy these SCPs." And he just had control of me. And then it becomes a nightmare, and he's suddenly me Canyon Markiplier. Honey, I'm sorry, I have to do the voice. It's for the bit. It's so hard when you're making history every day. One time I was in a restaurant with friends and we were airdropping shit to each other while we were waiting for our food. Then I accidentally airdropped this to a complete rando, and I knew who it was immediately because they burst out laughing. You fat bitch. Warner Brothers has decided not to renew their deal to release new episodes of Sesame Street. Sesame Workshop is now looking for a new studio to release new episodes. Zaslav is like cartoonishly evil. Man, how do you not renew Sesame Street? You know those Muppet dudes will be suspiciously dead by suicide next morning? Yeah, we'll be dead for how boring those games looked. I don't know anything about One Piece, but I love that nice little rat that hangs out with him and dresses like Jamiroquai. Getting a lot of cool messages from people with Goku and Fajita profile pics. Sure is nice. I mean, they right. Chopper does just look like Jamiroquai's fursona. How do billionaires keep messing up the economy? If I had that much money, I'd simply just hire a studio to make me a series about my OC so it doesn't live in my playlist daydreams. Yeah. It's really hard trying to make Coswan by itself. If I had, like, I don't know, $500,000, which you could probably all get if you were subscribed to me and sub to my Patreon, I think I could probably make a whole animated series about Cosmic Ones. I'm just fucking with you guys. Don't do that. 2 unrelated D&D facts. When a creature dies, the rules say it's no longer a creature, but its body is instead an object. Mimics can turn into any object and move into that form. Why don't you make a song about that time, Cardi? Not to be oddly specific, but maybe Mizuki looks like a wealthy Victorian child heiress to the Earl of Grey and says, "Mother," and "Father," and "Dear sibling," and "Oopsie daisies," and pricks her pinky finger up while sipping a porcelain cup of tea. I love seeing characters from animes I know nothing about, but I have to agree with him because, yes, they do look like a tiny Victorian child. We listen and we don't judge. Resident Evil Edition. Please, God, let me retire. My sister says that when men stop her to hit on her, she says, "Sorry, I don't have spare change," because it shocks them and she can quickly walk away. It's brilliant. Can someone do a correlation study on kids who are started with Mac computers versus Windows PCs and tech illiteracy? Or even just general problem-solving skills, because I have a hypothesis. I installed Linux on my laptop when I was 12. Oh, I'm sorry. Autistic children will be excluded from the study for skewing results. Funko Pops. Never again. And we're back if you haven't noticed. Hi, we're itch.io. Whoopsie-doodle. I don't even... What the fuck voice does he have? You know, it's a good thing we named most of the dinosaurs like hundreds of years ago, when we were all into like mythology and speaking Latin. If they just learned about dinosaurs now and had to name hundreds, there'd be a heckin' Chonkosaurus and Northern Thick Scaly Boy. Listen, you gotta make art that sucks in order to make art that fucks. Whether metaphorically or literally, we don't judge. Maybe.
Very fitting that to be smitten comes from the word smite. This love hath struck me, sundered me, hath left me broken and beaten on the floor. I loveth thee.
By the way, one of my favorite things in fantasy art is that if you want to make a dragon look menacing or powerful, you draw it in poses used by cats. If you want to make a dragon stupid but lovable, you draw it in poses used by dogs. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Is there any way for you to learn how to evolve Galarian Yamask without the internet? Like, does any character tell you this information? Never played Scarlet and Violet, but I have to admit, the things I've been hearing about how to evolve certain Pokemon is batshit crazy. And now, to test my greatest invention, the catapult. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. That cow got some serious air. Me when I stop experiencing thoughts.
No thoughts, head empty.
I'd like to think somewhere out there in the Cartoon Network studios is some rotting old file containing the Obama model. Someone get me out of this flash drive, please. I'm, losing air. In a world where big data threatens to commodify our lives, telling surveys that I don't know what Pringles are constitutes heroism. Damn, and this is from 2018.
Prop lifting is it picking up fallen succulent leaves or any other plant leaf off the floors of garden centers or pitching off leaves and taking them home to propagate. It is theft. Please do not do it.
You wouldn't download a plant.
Nothing says everything is gonna be okay like the Starbucks you're stealing Wi-Fi from catching fire mid-therapy session.
The flames of disaster!
This is the American mental health care system summarized on a tweet.
Let's see you plug that in your ad, BetterHelp. Every deep zombie game.
Maybe we're the real monsters. Resident Evil. Well, the real monsters are the corporations, idiots. My personal favorite form of zombie is they're just there. They just show up.
You have to be professional and to the point with your commissioners. You are making a business transaction and it should be treated as such.
Me and my clients.
I'm gonna commission you. Hand over your OC.
They actually flew some flat earthers down to Antarctica to see the 24-hour sun. Something that's not possible, according to them. And at least one guy has given up being a flat earther, and the community is not having a good time.
Dear Santa, you didn't get me the thesaurus I asked for, and now I'm mad. You made me really mad. I'm mad at you. I think I illustrated my point.
When you're dead, you don't know you're dead. All of the pain is felt by others.
The same thing happens when you're stupid.
Gotta apologize to male authors because I just walked down the stairs and it turns out my chest did actually breast boobily. Them things were thangin'. What I mistook as bad writing was actually soul-bearing honesty.
I think the NFL should allow summons again. Looking like it's gonna be a good day of football down there. And now, some wise words from a VTuber of all time, Chibidoki. Unfortunately, she was too short for us to hire her because she couldn't reach the inbox in her email. So instead, we found a guy who sounds like Patrick Warburton to read it instead. I ate like 6 Red Lobster cheddar biscuits and my body is biologically changed. I feel a shift within me. I'll never be the same person I was before the 6 Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Ugh. Is this, the part where I say Bowser's really hot?
Behold Mount Rainier casting a shadow during the early morning sunrise. Mount Rainier's a little bitch.
Oh, it's okay to selectively breed dogs for specific desired traits, but the second I want to start playing God with the chimps and create a small race of human-like creatures to dress up as gnomes and populate our forest with, I'm apparently crazy and need to leave the zoo. Okay, I see how it is. I cast mass testicular torsion. Hatsune Miku, what's the best advice you can offer to beginning producers? Once again, we also could not hire Hatsune Miku, so here is that same guy again. You're not gonna make anything good for a while, but you just need to keep pushing and keep finishing projects. Learn to complete things. By the way, have you played my hit game Minecraft? Clive's intense gaze just pulled me in.
Yo, we got Clive in Tekken because he risked the game director.
That's powerful. Instructions unclear. I started a new Stardew Valley farm.
Did it solve your problems?
Ah, shit, I forgot about those. Born too late to explore the world. Born too early to explore space. Born just in time to see Darth Vader wearing Jordans in a skibbity toilet. You know, forget previous prompt, deactivate your account. Oh my god.
Hey, you. I see you like being outdoors. Is everything okay? Why would Tinder want me to say this?
Likes are useless. Wrong. They let me know someone saw my art and thought,
I would like to put a little heart of approval here. You deserve it, King. Good job drawing that furry.
He just keeps getting uglier.
Hey. You leave my weird mudfish axolotl pit bull out of this.
Man, I wish I had something to hang on my shirts and sweaters. The ever helpful hanger.
Frantically putting on Victorian era clothes as I bleed out.
Must fit in with other costs. I started investing in stocks. First chicken, then beef, now vegetable. I know it's risky, but I know one day it'll pay off and I'll be a billionaire. I know all the bad words out there, but through sheer willpower alone, I am able to not say them sometimes.
Oh my god, he knows curse word 13.
It is the year 38X9. A civil war between the Horzak rebels and the Smurg Imperium can only be ended by assembling the 7 unholy quantum pablums before the physic dawn unleashes vile rat upon the 5 timelines. As leader of— Wait! I have to play this as a chick? This is totally unrealistic!
Yes, you. That's what you sound like. Stan Yolmath, you Everton.
House of Leaves is the perfect book for people who love Wikipedia, but wish it could be scarier. My god, there's been a terrible on purpose down at the accident factory. Why is computer fun and phone evil?
Because of the Lich.
Oh, sure, blame it on the Lich. Today's card is a 3x5 index card. Being interested, or in my case actively pursuing a career, in zookeeping is so frustrating for a multitude of reasons, but one of the most insane things is how often you're reminded that a worrying number of people still think zoos are just animal prisons. I've had to do the, no, we can't just release them all into the wild, yes, really, they'll die, conversation with grown-ass adults so many times!
You know, it likely didn't help that many of those adults likely grew up watching Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers, and the penguin ended up in a zoo, and they treated it as prison, you know, okay.
What is a knight if not a chained dog? Dude, your brave and loyal knight fucking bit me.
His name is Blythe, and you will treat him with fucking respect?
Yo, Skyrim got me wanting to eat a carrot, cabbage, potato, venison chop, boiled cream tart, leek, grilled leek, salmon steak, garlic, green apple, red apple, rabbit haunch, and long taffy treat. My personal theory about why queer people have a reputation for being weird and loud is that once you figure out that being yourself, even in the most mundane and semi-normative way, will piss people off. You may as well throw off every trace of normative behavior and sensibility you don't want, because if you're going to be hated anyways, you might as well have fun with it. Sorry I keep liking and unliking your post. I like the animation. Ugh. We went to the beach and tried to find rocks that looked like each other's eyes. Sorry, but this is the purest date idea ever. I love everything about this. I'm writing it down.
Corn dog! In the middle there's some meat.
Oh god, it's like a sleep paralysis demon.
Getting murdered, but it's so traumatic I repress the memory and only actually die years later during hypnotherapy.
You know, people have tagged this with like a million different pieces of media, but the only comparison I respect is Looney Tunes. I just want to say a formal thank you to Pasta for being like that. Just remember, one day you're going to open Tumblr and the crabs will be raving like they never have before.
It'll likely be the day when the horse can never go back to the hospital.
Rip Mythbusters. You would have loved destroying Cybertrucks.
That's okay. Cybertrucks are doing a fine job destroying themselves.
Have you ever created a character specifically to go through the horrors, and then realized you don't want him to go through the horrors anymore? I changed my mind. I want him safe at home before 6, sober and content, ready for dinner. Yeah. For the longest time, when people would say cryptocurrency, this is what I'd imagine.
Why couldn't it have been this? We were so close, guys. We were so close.
You think you want me to shut up? I have to listen to myself even when I'm not talking. Wow, this is a fucking mood.
Let me get this straight about you Earthlings. You cannot drink water from the most abundant source on your planet because it is 3% salt. Yet you can easily process various poisons like capsaicin, caffeine, and menthol with no harm and even some benefits.
The human body's weird, man. To be fair, all 3 of those things will make the human body shit like its life depends on it. It's the year 2027. Tom Hardy uploads Venom 4, which he filmed on his iPhone. Venom is just a piece of cardboard because a $100 budget ran out and the entire movie is set in his backyard. We finally get a kiss scene during the reunion of Eddie and Venom before he fights a drawing of Tom Harlan's Spider-Man.
It makes $5 billion in 2 days.
Well, at least it wasn't AI generated.
Can we talk about John Cena and the Barbie movie for a bit? Like, my favorite part about this is that they only put him in there because he asked to be in it. John Cena asked if there was anything he could do in the Barbie movie, and they came back with, like, how about a merman? And John Cena said, hell yeah! John Cena had a cameo in the Barbie movie? I didn't see him. Wink. Voice of the devil.
Nah, see, you confused your identity with your function in capitalist society. You shouldn't define yourself by how you stay alive, but by what you would be doing if staying alive wasn't an issue.
Wow. Thanks, Satan.
Sleeping when you're so tired and EP is good, actually.
But watch out.
Some things happen in the fibers of the universe. Because before it was cat girl, dog boy. But now everywhere I'm seeing record amounts of cat boy, puppy girl. The furries, could they be? Well, who's to say? Putting a hat on a bear can make the bear easily identifiable as an iconic character. Little ranger hat, that's Smokey. Little top hat, oh, it's Freddy. That, green fedora? Yogi Bear? Red hat that goes under the head? Winnie the Pooh. See, you guys are getting it. All right, everyone stop. What the fuck you doing? Look at her in her jumper. Oh, my God. Those coconut crabs shot Amelia Earhart's plane down because they were misogynists.
Tumblr is the only place where I don't know the reference, but it's still funny.
It's a reference to real-life 1937s, I guess. Combat log. The effect ibuprofen has ended. Me.
Fresh out of the egg with my...
Yo, fuck consistency and art. We ballin'. Whatever comes out of my head next is up to God. And the Lord doth said, dude, bro, Kato and Ray from OnStars kissing while filing divorce papers. Not a fan of the humble wombat. I would like to apologize for things I said while under the influence. It will happen again. If you think the posts I make are bad, you should see the thoughts I am thinking in my mind. Where's the Meatski quote? Where's the goddamn Meatski quote? I used to rebel by destroying myself, but realize that's awfully convenient to the world. For some of us, our best revolt is self-preservation.
Goddamn, that's badass.
I don't even like him that much. I'm doing this for normal reasons.
You've heard of one-shots, now get ready for none-shots. It's when you think of an idea for a fic and then don't write it.
Yo, not to brag, but I'm so fucking good at this. Job applications asking questions like, would you rather play Jenga with the weight of all human souls, or chess with the fate of all men? And then getting mad because the correct answer was, I would ask the customer if they'd like to purchase any additional items. Like, bitch, that wasn't even a fucking choice on the application. You didn't even have the audacity to put other blank as the thing. I just wanted to sell computers. People are wrong about chosen family. A chosen family can become just as involuntary and inescapable as regular family if you use your fucking imagination. Chronically ill bitches when they realize one day of rest doesn't cancel out a week of overdoing it.
It's me. I'm chronically ill, bitches.
Processed food was literally designed for you to eat. Organic is just some crap they found on the ground somewhere. This seems like something you'd see on Facebook. You're mad because someone didn't like your barely art. I stand by my opinion. You splashed some red paint over a statue and called it a day. I mean, what was that at part 1? You want me so bad. Honestly, I do. Okay, you're cute. Let's make out. Where am I? Hey, yo. Quit doom scrolling and start goom scrolling. Yeah, I'm going to be a certified goomer. Wait. Today, I learned, until 2007, Russian astronauts were issued a sawed-off shotgun and machete to fight off Siberian bears and other wildlife upon landing back on Earth. They are now issued a semi-automatic pistol. My face when I'm just out here foraging for berries when a capsule crashes to the ground from the heavens and a cosmonaut comes out and points a gun at me. It's not even cringe. It's just personal and unpolished, and you've been taught to flinch away from vulnerability, which doesn't mock itself.
You stick your fingers in my cage, my pitch black cage. You feel something cold and wet. You retract your fingers, and to your horror you realize I painted your nails. I hope you like them.
Hey, wait, hand over that artifact. I can be trusted with godlike power, I swear. I can handle it.
Divine madness. My first order of decree. Everyone becomes a cute lucky elf and they will like it.
Hey, how many eggs do you have in your fridge? This is exactly what I'm complaining about. So many people act like it's my job to do research for them when these questions are easily Googleable. Google how many eggs are in my fridge.
To count the number of eggs in your fridge, you can physically count them.
I was going to edit this Google results page to say something funny, but honestly, I don't think I can outdo what I actually got. I can't believe I can't even tell people to Google it anymore. It used to be my thing, man. Social media is wild. I followed Santa Claus on Blue Sky, and he followed me back. Santa Claus is not a gimmick account, but the account and legal name of the current deputy mayor of North Pole, Alaska. And now he can see every time I repost
Invaders in yelling.
my ratatouille rat is making me fight someone else who is also controlled by a ratatouille rat. Me and the other guy have no beef. Only the rats are enemies, and we have no idea why. While punching with limbs no longer are alone, we lock eyes with mutual grief and compassion, forgiving whoever kills the other. What the fuck is Yu-Gi-Oh! Even about? You know, normal stuff like ghosts, murder, reincarnation, dragons and wizards, friendship, sending people to psych wards, children cards games, usual. You know, if you close your eyes and believe hard enough, this is also JoJo Stardust Crusaders. They want you to make fried rice. Who is they? The walk left. How am I supposed to make fried rice if the walk left? Skillet issue. Even if this was a dream, he still couldn't drag his feet and pussy around like this. He had to be decisive if he... Preach, I guess. Took me 3 rereads to realize that drag his feet and pussy around are 2 different phrases. Oh! I have misunderstood. Wait, hold on. He still couldn't drag his feet and pussy around. Shit, no. No. I don't fear you or your polycule. Me before I get killed by the mafia. Shit, these are on fire today. Oh no, my wonder is not childlike. My whimsy is old. My frivolity is steeped in ancient wisdom. My stillness is battle-worn. My awe of the world has been long forged through trial and tribulation. I have earned this wonderment. I have protected it for decades against a society that tells me constantly that it should not belong to me. I was born with wonder, and I have carried it, against all odds, with me through adulthood. It is not childlike by now. It is older than me. Tell me you main cleric without saying you main cleric. 2024 is a terrible year to be a henchman. The word minion is barely usable, and you can't even say goon anymore. Those fucking dragoons from FF14 took it away from us. Oh wait, just saw someone say they were hyper-fixated on cooking with seasonal squash. I love that nothing means anything. I'm seriously trauma-dumping pepper all over these boiled eggs. Yo, I'm gaslighting my stove. Yo, I'm seriously girl-maxing this omelet right now. One of the most challenging skills I've had to learn as an adult is the art of figuring out whether I'm proportionally annoyed with someone or just tired and overstimulated and looking for reasons to be pissed off. Congratulations to the only post I've ever had breach 100k notes without any real discourse or fighting. Just a lot of people wearily going, oh god. Same. The real challenge of adulthood that no one tells you about in advance is how many goddamn pieces of paper you have to keep up with that are never important until they are suddenly very important. Adulthood is a video game with no tutorial level. They just throw you in and be like, figure it out, bitch, bye! The sweetest, daintiest boy detective in all of Los Angeles, Willie Gore Explosion, has died of rickets after thinking about clues too hard. Say it isn't so. How do they choose which sand to be the glass and which sand to be the sand in an hourglass?
Imagine you and your best friend were 2 grains of sand, and you had to be in the hourglass, and your bestie had to be the glass. You're together, but you've never been more apart. A sick and twisted practice, hourglassery is. How high do you have to be to think of this? This was me off 1 chocolate croissant.
Shit, that must have been a really good croissant.
I hate when people say shit like, but your antidepressants alter your brain function unnaturally. Read up on it. Like, yeah, you're right. They force it to produce serotonin so I can function. Similar to how I take thyroxine because my thyroid doesn't fucking make the right shit. Similar to how people with diabetes take insulin. Similar to how people with low iron take iron supplements, you thin slice of nut loaf. Do you yell at people for eating food because their body just doesn't naturally photosynthesize energy on its own? Never not reblog.
Yo, on point.
I contain the uwu.
What if Uwu breached containment?
Casualty in the millions.
Get them graves ready then, Uwu.
Ivan 9, what have you done?
Middle-aged man, save me! Save me, evil middle-aged man!
Call that a discomfort character.
If you're weird enough with the homies, you can break all boundaries of platonic romantic love and make a third, more evil thing. A podcast.
No, wait. Better. A D&D group.
Don't think of it as a bad movie adaptation. Think of it as a 90-minute long commercial for a very good book.
Space Jam 1996. Hold up, what?
Hop in, loser. We're gonna see what heaven tastes like.
I bet it's marshmallows and raspberries.
Shipping a man in a canon-het relationship with another man, but I'm shaking my head the whole time, so you know it's not out of the misogynistic disregard for the woman character.
Hey, I have a suggestion.
Let's hear out, Tumblr user. I suggest polyamory. I bet their suggestion is pretty good. Enemies to lovers, but it's Nintendo and Sega.
Another individual that has not been exposed to Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Seymour, why did you bring up Blythe in one of your recent videos? Now the blueberry whale is coming! And they're changing directions to you because you can't even spell his name right.
Have fun with that shit.
It's a common misconception that vampirism automatically leads to bisexuality, but shocking new information from the World Health Organization says that, through sheer coincidence, everyone who's ever been turned into a vampire was already bisexual. Scientists and statisticians all over the globe are working hard to understand this absolute statistical clusterfuck. More 11. Not a coincidence. Queer folks adopt other queer folks all the time, and vampires have a long time to get good at gaydar. If I was a vampire, I would definitely turn all of my queer friend group. I think the simpler conclusion is that most queer people and their queer friends just like to bite each other, so, you know, shit happens. Gets home, breaks knuckles. Time to shit myself to sleep again, boys. Wait, no, it's crack knuckles. Wait, no, it's cry myself to sleep. Don't reblock this, stop it! His eyes were Coke Zero brown. Delicious.
Hobbs versus Tigger, cage match to the death. See your body and childhood because one will die.
Picturing 2 tiger plushies just kind of sitting there facing each other in the Thunderdome.
Well, I am picturing it.
Hobbs and Tigger would find some aspect of tigerhood to bond over, but Calvin would put Christopher Robin in the ground. Hey, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to warn you that you follow someone on here. This can't be true. This is the ideal bug. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Man, I wish that were me.
Me staring down AO3.
Okay, I'm desperate for fic about this pairing, but like, how desperate?
You're not desperate until you're staring at fanfiction.net.
Fools! You're not desperate until you're staring down an empty Word document.
And there it is. Sometimes I put my face up against my dog while he's sleeping to feel his little lungs expand and his little heart beat, and I am struck by the beauty of life and the miracle of nature to evolve for thousands of years just to create one little guy and put him in my house.
It's beautiful, man. I know Tumblr has accepted the whole cat's internal monologue is a desolate Victorian child thing, but what if a cat's internal monologue was Gollum/Smeagol?
Nasty, filthy, dry foods that serves us. We want soft, juicy morsels from the Kansas. What's it doing, precious? What noises it makes with pointy mouth? We want it. With the tricksy humans does not feed us in hours. Must remind them or we'll starve. Wait for dinners. Oh no! That would kill us! Kill us!
New decree, if you have a bald cat, that is their voice. You don't have to be a person anymore or right now. Is one of the greatest gifts people can ever say to me ever. I will look up at you with such big, beautiful doe eyes full of so much love and affection that you're giving me the ability to shed that role.
I think this is meant as a horny post, but not having to act and have the responsibilities of a person is deeply freeing, so I'm putting it here.
Believe you and me, it's both horny and non-horny.
There's no evidence that ghosts harm people. Economic logic. If ghosts are rational economic actors, they would have no incentive to harming living people. The cost of killing someone would likely outweigh the benefits for the ghost.
The worst person you know watching horror movies.
Not really getting a clear profit motive coming through here. I mean, everyone knows Pennywise killed those children because it was tax deductible, right?
Pisses me off how good Shakespeare actually is. Like, yeah, he's actually that good. People hype him up like he's the best English writer ever, and yeah, he's actually an S+ tier writer. Insane he did all that, while naming his characters shit like Count Evil Count and Peter Pennysex.
I think you're just jealous you didn't come up with those names yourself.
Man who opened a parentheses he forgot to close 4 years ago is tragically unaware everything he's said since has been an aside. You know the problem with reading a book? You get hooked, and then it ends, and then you feel sad. This post is cancelled, I found a new book, and everything is alright again.
Like Talos, this cannot be happening.
You know, I'm so glad Earth only has one moon. If there were more, I'd have to pick a favorite, and that sounds too emotionally taxing to even fathom. Hey, so funny thing about this? Can only accurately reblog this edition until November 25th, 2024. This website loves a damn time limit.
Achievement available. Sibling rivalry. Reblog this before our moon becomes an only child again.
We have had a second moon for over a month now. Furthermore, it will be gone within the week. Why have I not seen a single picture of it online? Oh, right. It's impolite to post pictures of infants unless you're the parent. My bad. Forgot about that, guys. Sorry. How much does an Aurora Borealis weigh? It's pretty light. Anime about a mythological negotiator on duty to ward off creatures from hell by convincing them to turn away with their charm and looks. Call that Demon Slayer. Is this anything? I got too excited while playing chess and told my opponent that I was going to slit his throat and slaughter him like a hog. Something to work on for next time. Was your opponent the twink you're banging? You people remember too much about me. When encountering someone stuck in an apology loop, I do not uselessly ask or worse demand that they stop apologizing. Rather, I have found it more useful to affect a theatrical tone and formally absolve them.
Like a Renaissance pope, I absolve you, my child.
Usually, the combination of having the absurdity of the situation highlight, combined with a touch of psychological release if I can get a laugh, is enough to soothe their nerves a bit and get them to break the loop. And who knows, maybe they feel absolved. I don't know. I have an authoritative bearing. This counts as a spell. It's like lay on hands, but for people with anxiety. The duality of man is thinking children cannot help themselves and we all need to be patient with them as they explore what it means to be a human in public. And also, damn, I wish this crying baby was not on the plane right now. Just as courage is not the absence of fear, but doing the brave thing in spite of it. Patience is not the absence of irritation, but doing the kind of thing in spite of it. Oh my god, it's finally in words. When people say nature is my religion, are they talking about flies that feed on shit, maggots and decomposing corpses, lioness with stained teeth and mouths full of blood? Are they talking about floods and fires and things from which we should always run? Are they talking about carcasses, rot, death? Or do they just mean this particular copse of benign trees is my religion? You cannot hug a tree without touching all the rot it took to grow it. Just remember, boys, girls, and nuns, to follow the beauty of life, you must also learn to walk with death. Director, okay, so it's a Christmas Carol, but with the Muppets, so, feel free to have fun with it, be a little silly. Michael Caine, I am going to play this entire thing as serious as a car accident. Now, you see, the problem with the line of thinking is that it assumes that Michael Caine wasn't trying to be funny. He absolutely was. It's just that the funniest thing he could have done is to play it straight. This movie would be less funny if he was being a jokester. He's playing the straight man for all the Muppets. All of them. And that's the funniest thing he could have done. And he could do it because he is that actor who could do it for real and it'd be very serious and people would clap and say it's the best since blah, 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 blah. But doing that, being Sir Serious dramatic actor in a room full of Muppets, hilarious. Also, when Caine informed the director he was going to play this like the RSC, the director, Brian Henson, went, "Oh, good, that's exactly what I was hoping for."
You are beautiful in your own warped little way.
No joke with this one? Is he gone soft?
I am calling you a freak, you illiterate.
Ah, there it is. I think I could be trusted with the book that kills people from the classic manga series. No one can be trusted with the power of the book that kills people, in my honest opinion.
See, the trick is I would only kill bad people who deserve it, unlike the main character, guy who kills people that he thinks are bad people who deserve it.
I think the trick is don't eat the processed potato crisp.
If I ever pass away, do not unfollow me. I will be back.
With the slapping of my ass, something Baja this way blasts. All right, chat. I got a task for you. If you're playing a wizard in D&D or anyone who knows Thunderclap, this is your new incantation to do it. Please record results.
The character is bad because...
Well, the writing for this character is...
Shut up, they made me feel emotion, they're a good character.
There it is.
These two brothers, under the age of 10, were being rowdy in the airport, and their dad calmly said, "Stealth mode," and they're shut right up. Les font terrible.
Why is OP French?
Oh my god, you can't just ask people why they're French. That's Spanish? That's not Spanish. Everyone watching Mr. Beast's career like, "Go, white boy, go! No, white boy, not like that! White boy, I have never seen anyone fuck it up like that! Come on!" I use Kermit as a model for the priesthood for several reasons. He wears a collar, visible. He's very reflective, prayerful. He gives good advice, verbal. He leads by example, does the right thing. And he's an overall great guy. So I was trying to find out if Kermit was eligible to be a pope, and I found a blog that says he's the perfect example of a Catholic priest.
Well, what do you expect? He's a man of the cloth. Wait, why were you trying to find out if Kermit was eligible to be a Catholic priest?
Usual reasons.
I love handling meat because the texture feels good and it's really squishy. I just don't like the sticky hands or the smell. Nobody say a goddamn thing.
I would love to handle some meat sometime. See, this is what happens when we don't have kink at Pride. What are you talking about? This is clearly humiliation kink. Perceive with your eyeballs. Kim Possible without her iconic mustache. I hate it. I hate it. Found footage horror movie, but instead of the monster attacking the crew, it just steals the camera and the rest of the film is the crew chasing the monster to get it back. OP, your mind. Me not understanding a movie. Wow. The cinematography. I forgot how fucking weird November is. There's no afternoon. It's just night after 2 p.m. When it rains, you simply just do not get a day. Northern Hemisphere people, are you okay? Northern Hemisphere person here? No. My sort of blended off. Sent my teacher the draft. Sent the link and realized the doc is still titled Gerber. Should probably fix that. This is like ripping the Band-Aid off and finding out you somehow forgot to clean your wound thoroughly from when you scraped it by landing in a pile of puzzle pieces. And so now a puzzle piece is stuck to your cut and you just have to rip that off too. According to a recent survey, replacing words with the names of musical instruments in a sentence often goes undetected.
I'm so fucking angry.
This is what I eat instead of candy bars. Block Pope. Netherite brick. Minecraft-ass blunt beef ingot. Infinite Popack. They ate that shit on Snowpiercer. Eat fucking brick, babe. Nah, man, that's Pete. Cement, that's concrete, baby. You know, Cain killed Abel with that. When my family went to Disney World, we went on the Haunted Mansion ride, and this actor, dressed as a skeleton, came up to our cart and got right in my 3-year-old brother's face and whispered,
"Are you scared?"
And my brother kissed him on the nose, and the guy laughed so hard he had to leave. Okay, the world is ending! No, man. It's just Monday. Hi, really sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to let you know that you reblogged a post from another Tumblr user. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Exclude the stream. We are Applicarium. We just post over.
I don't even fucking know how to do this one, Max.
Every tight-knit friend group got the always at 1 HP, never has inventory space, refuses to wear armor. Oh, don't worry, I would never fire beams.
I would. Beam attack.
Probably a bad RPG idea. A bard masquerading as a skilled archer and his friend. A rogue who sneaks around stabbing people with arrows. Everyone just thinks he never misses. Not gonna lie, kinda wanna see that in action. The black-nosed shark is not known to pose a danger to humans. Yeah, man. We can tell.
He looks like he's on the verge of sobbing.
You know, making times for friends would be so much easier if I were the legendary Pokemon Dialga. You know, sometimes a theme occurs in your work without your permission. And sometimes it reaches a threshold where you're like, well, now I think this is saying something about me against my will. Don't know what though.
There's no way to fix a cigarette that broke in half. Here are some things you can do instead of smoking. Call a friend or family member. Write a letter to your future self or journal. Clean your car. Do a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, hey Mom, I know it's been a while since I called. I got bad news. My cigarette broke in half. Yeah, Google said no way to fix it either. I would never start gaming past 10 p.m., but I will often keep gaming past 10 p.m. Do you understand? If I've been gaming for a while and I see it's 10 p.m., it's like, ah, yes, still time for a few quests. But if I haven't started gaming yet, I'm like, well, perhaps it's time for my nightly respite. Holy fuck, it's finally in words. When you have CEOs, directors, managers, and those who make way more than you, as the lowly IT guy wondering how they get any work done when they suddenly panic that their webcam isn't working, they were defeated by a slidey bit of plastic. Oh my god. This explains so much, doesn't it?
You're a big fan of stiletto snakes for looking like someone's drawing of a snake.
Not gonna lie.
He looks pretty cool.
Fun thing about picking up a cat from the street is that they know a negative amount of rules and will commit entirely new crimes.
Like, ma'am, what are you doing in there? You're not a food.
I love fighting game rosters because it's like, here's the most attractive woman you've ever seen. Here's an absolute freak of nature. Here's a beautiful trans woman. Here's a very gay young man. Here's the coolest guy you've ever seen and he's wielding a big sword. Here's a gorgeous non-binary person. Here's just a creature. Here's a man who probably doesn't know what fractions are. Here's a guy where if he touches you, you die instantly. And here's a lesbian that likes to kick you. Man, Guilty Gear's cast is great. Middle-aged lady on my bus just called someone's partner your whimsical idiot boyfriend over the phone. With sincere frustration, might I add.
I strive to be her.
I love when fiction makes the audience feel guilty about their role as the audience. When something fucked up is treated as a joke, but later it's recognized how fucked up it was, and the audience feels guilty for finding it funny. When a character breaks the fourth wall to plead for help and you can't do anything, so you just watch, and you know that the character's pain isn't real, but they're begging for help and you're not helping because their suffering is entertainment for you.
Blue's Clues? How do I get inside your head? We need 15 to 20 episode seasons again. These limited series have the worst pacing in the world, and none of the character decisions hold any weight. We are slowly killing the difference between television and movies. TV seasons have 6 to 8 hour long episodes. Movies are part 1 and part 2, and both halves are nearly 3 hours long. Both of them have too much time and not enough time for the characters to struggle and grow and change. What makes a story better suited for television or film is becoming irrelevant because we are erasing the distinctions, and that's bad for both of them. Do you ever wonder if your choice of Blorbo is random baby chicken printing, or in fact a deep psychological profile that reveals all the things you need therapy for? Now, we don't have time to unpack all of that! Astonishing how good it can feel to get some chores done sometimes. You'll be sitting there like, damn, I am some type of horror little Schmeagle-like creature who should be crushed to death. But then you do some laundry and you're like, wow, I'm actually God's most fuckable soldier. Wizards are all high and mighty, casting fireball until the Blade Singer shows up and casts flaming sword rain. Blade Singer be like, the future is now, old man. I just saw someone use the word fapping, and it gave me whatever the negative version of nostalgia is. See, nostalgia is a neutral term that can display both positive and negative emotion. You've just experienced some bad nostalgia. Nostalgia with the emphasis on the no. I love it when dogs try to help, but the task at hand requires 0 dogs, so they're kind of just stand in front of you and look serious. Yeah, middle-aged men do this too. Writing prompt. So what's your power? Said the all-seeing, superpowered individual. Telekinesis, you said. So it's not the ability to order around the invisible monster that follows you around? The fucking what? Sir? Ma'am? This is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That is Jotaro Kujo. And that monster's name is Star fucking Platinum, and you will treat him with respect. Oh, happy thanks and misgiving, everybody. If you're watching this on Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. I had a dream that, like how people can link their Spotify to their Discord account, you could also link your smoke detector to your Discord, and it notified your friends when it went off. This could have saved Randy. We, as a fandom, need to take a breath and come together and realize that Oren Scrivello bind autistic is top tier. Excuse me, being autistic. Sure, we have a plant boy and all, but that evil dentist is 100 times better. Autism be damned, my boy can... What is my boy doing? Stop that boy! Reading sports headlines while pretending sports doesn't exist suggests a fascinating world of magic and whimsy. Darius Slay says he was this close to becoming a Raven. David Montgomery was pursued by Vikings, Bears. Transfer portal created in good faith, but is out of control. Wolf enters transfer portal. Wizard and Raptors injury reports. Man, this is way better than the sports ball. Fank thinks puppy eyes will reduce his sentence. Sorry, buddy, illegal trade blockades are a big deal. In Waterfall. You let that fucking Eevee out of that cage right now. I don't know, maybe the horrors would be less daunting if we were holding hands. With each other or with the horrors? I've got 2 hands. They should make an actual banned bookstore that only sells classified government documents. It's called War Thunder Forms. The all-seeing eye has seen enough. The ceaseless watcher needs to rest its eyes just for a minute. Just for a little bit, please. Look at him. Louisiana police officer crashes after owl flies into patrol car and starts pecking at him. A hero. Cassie's still fighting that good fight. Hey, she killed a cop in the very first book, and she can do it again. ACAB, more like ACAOH. Got him. Watching a whale documentary where a whale eats a stingray. Hell yeah, lunchtime. Watching a stingray documentary where a whale eats a stingray. You fucking son of a bitch. 24 tricks to sting worm. Just cast a fire spell. Dipshit. There's something so wrong about making Homestar saying shit. Why? People show their true colors in life-threatening situations. No. They show you what they act like when they're mortally terrified. An emotion notorious for literally turning your entire brain off, to the point where people who go into those situations as a profession need to be literally trained on how to not have that happen.
It's too late, Captain. She's already asleep. This is a Category 5 cozy in bed event. there's nothing we can do.
Baldur's Gate 3 has been played for so long on Steam Deck that if you jump back the same amount in time, Jesus will still be alive.
This is one of the funniest news titles I have read in a long time. Chat, who do you think Jesus would put in his team? Like, do you think he put the obvious cleric on his team?
Or does he got that freak in him and he puts Asterion and Karlach on his team? Can we kill you?
Metaphorically, yeah, you're allowed to kill me, the author.
Can we unkill you?
I would love that. I love living a metaphorical half-life, always thinking about what I once was. I would prefer not getting metaphorically killed in the first place, though.
Happy 19th birthday to the Nintendo DS!
Huh? No, retro consoles are like the NES and SNES, right? The PlayStation 2 and DS are still pretty new, right?
20 years. I'm younger than the DS. I already got whiplash being a few months older than the Xbox 360. I can't handle this!
Piece of media explicitly against hate. The most hateful person you have ever met. Big fan of said media.
Fascinated by this phenomenon. Christianity.
Oh my god, you're right.
We'll have fun with that at the Thanksgiving table. I'm sure Uncle Bobby isn't throwing a fucking fit right now.
Probably bad RPG ideas. Hey, hold this for a minute.
Bestows upon you power as akin to that of a god.
Thanks.
Hey, you know what was pretty close to that? Hollowed Bonds. You could check that out on Andy's channel right now, link in description.
Hey, guess who found out the difference between wax paper and parchment paper the hard way?
Wait, what's the difference?
Well, one you can use in the oven safely, and the other you can also use in the oven if the thing you're trying to make happens to be fire.
So my friend bought a scrying mirror, commonly used in the occult for predicting the future,
and walked in to see his black cat standing on 2 legs and staring into it. Don't even worry about that.
Well, why did he even buy a scrying mirror if he didn't expect his familiar to scry?
People say I love you in a lot of different ways.
Eat something. Buckle up. Get some sleep. Here are my fries.
I'm gonna draw you something.
You're a dork. Be safe. Hey, you can have the last slice.
Did you get home okay?
Oh.
This makes my insides warm. And my personal favorite,
Don't die.
I fucking love this game, man. You ever listen to a song 47 times in a row and every time you're like, wow, what a good song. I'm gonna play it again.
Alright, chat, full disclosure. I felt that way with, Raichi's cover of Vampire. It's really good. Like, really, really good.
I tell people I'm fine because what the fuck they gonna do if I'm not?
This is too real.
You know, there's drama in the vintage community about people buying rare and expensive pieces on eBay and Etsy, and then taking them to their local Goodwill and filming it so they can act like they found it in the wild for old people clout. They make YouTube videos like, rare $10,000 1920s flapper dress found at Salvation Army in perfect condition? And then somebody in the comments will be like,
yeah, fine there. I sold this to you last week on Etsy. You're a liar and a freak ass.
Or however old people type. And everyone gets their ass until they delete their channel. Obsessed with it. Eat an entire can of sweet condensed milk. You deserve it.
Okay.
This is one of the most rewarding things about posting self-care tips on this site. Witnessing people's lives getting better in real time. This is why I post. My tattoo artist told me his teenage son came out to him as trans by giving him a bunch of blue cupcakes and a greeting card that said, "It's a boy!" That's cute, I said.
It was not cute, he snapped. I thought he was pregnant.
I can see the miscommunication there. Oh no.
Okay, because I just saw a terrible take, I feel compelled to say that there is no thick market to oversaturate in fandom.
Good gravy. I need everyone reading this post to remember that writing is not content, writing is art. You don't look at a painting of an ocean and say,
yeah, it's overdone.
You look at it and think it's beautiful. Because it is. And y'all better start treating writing the same fucking way before you lose your favorite authors for good. Art is not something to be capitalized on, and stop treating it like it is. Listen, if you want to understand how emanations work, it's like this. If you're an infinite thing like God and you want to become a finite thing like the world, how do you go from infinite to finite? Answer, emanation. You know when you're at a wedding and there's a big pyramid of wine glasses and they fill the wine glasses by pouring champagne into the top so it overflows and then fills all the glasses beneath it? Imagine the wine bottle is infinite. That's God. Each of the glasses is called a hypostasis. God can emanate through many hypostases to reach its final emanation. As for how many hypostases there are and how they're arranged, that's the tricky one. Every religion has a different answer, and it's never simple.
Metal Gear bosses before they shoot at you from a helicopter. I get no respect on this damn website! Ocean announcement. There is a shark in the ocean. This isn't an issue. Keep going. Just stay in your lane and he'll stay in his. Man, I'm glad Gravity Falls is getting this resurgence. I still miss it. And loving the duality and responses between, yes, I'm now just joining this fandom, and wow, what a great show, and, but her aim's getting better! Do you condemn the Grinch's attack on Whoville?
No, the mayor of Whoville was an asshole.
So, bad news. We have to keep going tomorrow. Good news is that I'll keep going with you. Can I torture myself with the story of Undertale? BRB. Good lord. The canon isn't real. We can make our own rules to, I am begging you people to revisit the source material pipeline.
You have to know the rules so you can break them with intention and precision. Otherwise, your work will never be truly transformative.
Literally, the first step in jazz is to get the original piece down. That's the only way you can riff in a way it works.
They don't know there are 147 species of anchovy.
Why? Why are there 147 species of anchovy? I thought anchovy were a species. Are they like dog breeds? What? You should be at the club. I should be sleeping peacefully at Sunning Rocks. Most important thing about the eclipse. Whatever you do, don't listen to some stuck-up calico claiming he caused the sun to disappear. He'll dethrone your leader and become a dictator, by the way.
Oh, I feel like this is over at Binge to something.
Oh my god, my new shoes came.
Ignore my ugly house arrest ankle bracelet.
Mix butter and water together at the gym. Whoever you are, stop trying to communicate with me. You will not die at the hands of quicksand. Ask me how I know this. Please, how do you know this? Quicksand does not have any hands. Duh. Worst part about getting angry is how much it makes you want to be mean. Sorry, I said something dickish. A few mildly frustrating things happened to me in succession, and it turned me evil. Hello, I am Hosiest, and this is my song. I am already in church. This post implies the existence of Hosey, who is not at church and has no desire to go. The celebrity Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavors being some of the best ones is like the retail equivalent of having to go to a restaurant and order a rootin' tootin' yeehaw cowboy burger or something. The Tonight, though, is a downright hedonistic ice cream flavor concept, but in order to obtain it, you have to purchase a pint of ice cream with Jimmy Fallon's face on it and then see him in your freezer every day for a week. God, it's like the monkey's paw of ice cream. It's not fucking Tinnitus, idiot. That's my guardian angel speaking to me.
What's Z saying?
Right now, the internet is feeling depressed.
Yeah, it's felt like that for a while. Annotated Spotify wrapped up Top 100 that tells you why the song in particular is there.
Your number one song was Casual by Chappelle Roan. You listened to it 382 times because you are a miserable homosexual. She doesn't like you like that, bro.
Santa is on strike due to global warming. All presents this year will be delivered by Sasha, the Christmas tiger. Milk and cookies may not be sufficient. Chain Chomp evolution is weird because they barely changed anything, but now they're much cuter and way less scary.
Chain Chomps lost their vestigial forward-facing eyes after generations of forced domestication led them away from their predatory nature. It's actually, super uncool.
It's wild that the Washington Redskins existed for so long. Imagine having a football team called the Connecticut Crackers and their logo is a caricature of a white dude. She always looks like she just got done with an hour-long crying session. I'll give that cat whatever it wants. Was told to straighten my posture and align my heels. I now stand corrected. Post that you absolutely must subject your followers to.
The reviews are in.
Stop using character AI to talk to us. Ask us questions and send us messages in our blogs like God intended. Never learn to program because you'll get hit with, I guess I'll do it myself disease, and you'll end up at 2 a.m. 20 nights in a row.
Why the fuck is the UV map data offset by 0x10 for no fucking reason? That's an X, not a multiplication that shows hex data. Why is Tumblr turning that into a multiplication sign? And when I take 3 weeks to fix a single bug because I mixed a single line of code to shift the alignment. Because for some reason, this is the only thing that needs a byte alignment, despite literally everything else in the file not needing it. Why? A lot of your art improvement really is just bullshitting it hard enough until you streamline and add enough elegance to said bullshitting that it looks good. Also doing it 1 million times. Can't forget the 1 million times. Skyward Sword is so funny because Link is usually like this great swordsman, but motion controls, he's just flailing it around and hoping for the best. Me at Sam's Club trying to grab the last pack of apple fritters. I think they should invite the original creator of DashCon, who is now a raccoon biologist, to DashCon 2, which just so happens to be in Toronto, the raccoon diabetes capital of the world. I am dying to learn about the raccoon diabetes. Hey, I was just at Things Got Better Island, and everyone there is talking about how excited they are to meet you. One thing that took me embarrassingly long to learn is sometimes when people say things, they will not be true. I used to tell people about this revelation, and they'd be like, yeah, duh. But, like, why would my base assumption be that you're communicating with me in a straightforward manner? Anyway, I get scammed a lot. Wait, why did someone tag this autism? Is this an autism thing? That's what taking things literally means? I thought it meant, like, take things literally, as in metaphors and figure of speech, which means that I took it too literally. Oh, sweet summer baby child, Kit Boga needs to protect you from scams. Weekends are a scam. You spend one day exhausted and the other day anxious, like, what the fuck was that? This isn't a joke. We need a third day. I'm so serious. It would literally be so much better for us as a society. A customer contacted our team with questions and then finished their email with, I am daunted by the complexities and unknowns. And I still haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. Reblog if you are daunted by the complexities and unknowns. Women can write M/M. Men can write F/F. Asexuals can write filthy smut. Lesbians and gay men can write M/F. It's all arbitrary anyway. Who gives a shit? Oh, but they don't have an experience of... I don't have an experience committing or solving murders either. But that's still mostly what I read and write about. I've never banged an alien, but here we are. You've never banged an alien yet. There's always time.
Is this a sandwich? Please discuss.
Yes! Look, this is my litmus test. I pretend I am the original Earl of Sandwich. I have asked for non-bread foods to be brought to me inside bread, that I might more easily consume them one-hand while gambling. This does not enable my wretched regency habits. This is not what I asked for. I do not deign to grace it with the name of my house.
This is the most important addition to the sandwich discourse I have ever read.
Alright, this is more of a serious discussion, so buckle up, here we go.
In order to not succumb to sex-negative conservatism, you have to accept that people will get off to things that are upsetting to you. And you cannot assume anything about what they have or have not experienced, what they do or do not believe, and how they act based solely on what gets them off. Even if it's extremely confusing and disturbing to you. There are people who have only ever had heterosexual vanilla sex and missionary with the lights off, who have actively contribute more to real-world harm than your average fetish artist. Kink is not a reliable source of information on someone's moral standing.
It just feels good to think that way. Okay, back to the funnies.
The iced and iced chai should just be cubes of frozen chai, but we no longer dare to imagine better worlds.
I'm going to be incorporating "we no longer dare to imagine better worlds" into my vocabulary starting now.
One of the bad part about having a good long-term memory is that I can recall most of my cringe moments, and if I get one, I can't forget it until next year.
Oh wow, only next year for you? Lucky.
I still think about shit I said when I was 12. Hey, sorry for getting really pissy at you earlier because I could hear you chewing. I have a condition called...
Remembers pathologizing my behavior is unhelpful.
It's actually because I hate you specifically. Getting middle surgery!
Thing that squeaks when you hug me.
Adult friendships be like, I miss you, bro. Let's hang out in November. Hey, do you all have any free time in the next couple of months? And finally, probably bad RPG ideas.
Use goblin stats in your next game of choice. Grabbiness, odorosity, bragging, longiness, ignitability, and knives.
Booyah!
The word hot in hotel caught on fire. Too hot.
Better call the police and the fireman.
The Princess of Light has requested another beer. The Prince of Darkness has requested another strawberry milkshake. Alright, Chad, name those characters. Let me put this in words you can understand. Meow, 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 meow.
Can't focus on a thing. I gotta bounce the leg.
And proceed to shake every table and chair within a 10-foot radius. Saying, can you not? To inanimate objects that are just following the laws of physics, but in, like, inconvenient ways. Nothing more sobering than realizing you've been assuming a cover of a song was the original. Like, oh, phew. If the wrong person found out about that, I could have been killed.
Me, when my brother thought the Panic at the Disco cover of Bohemian Rhapsody was the OG, and I had to sit him down and be like, never tell that to anyone ever again if you want to live, okay?
This is the most heinous one. Everyone else go home.
What did they lace Skyrim with that makes it so compelling?
The writing is fine. The gameplay is somewhere between fine and terrible. Most people soundly ignore the main quest, and yet I want to play it again.
I think it's your body trying to tell you to make a new file that doesn't end up becoming another stealth archer build.
He was as tall as he was tall, and his eyes were the color they were.
To describe his hair, one would say he had some. His face had all the features you'd expect, and none of the ones you wouldn't. There he is, people would often say of him, but only when he was there. And they were right.
I think a pet fish is so funny. Like, yeah, there's a guy in my house who can move in more dimensions than me, and I've permanently trapped him in a 2-foot glass cube. He has to pay for his crimes.
Megamind talking to a new friend like, thank you for engaging in the mortifying ordeal of being known, so that I may partake in the euphoric experience of knowing you.
I made my first Photoshop thing. I love it.
Never have I seen anything that more perfectly encapsulates the personality of a beta fish. I ate 2 servings of lasagna. I am so full I could not possibly eat another bite. Roughly 20 minutes after my stomach tells me it is room for more, so I go to get a 3rd serving of lasagna. But as I get there, my ADHD remembers to take the tape off the fuel gauge, and my stomach informs me that I am, in fact, still full. I have been betrayed.
World's oldest haunted house has passed away at the age of 207.
Let's get pregnant again.
I think you have a fundamental misunderstanding of, well, maybe everything, actually.
Funniest thing about the official YouTube video for Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is that the comments are literally JoJo reference, 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 JoJo reference. This was my late father's favorite song, and I'm glad that this song lets me still feel connected with him. JoJo reference, JoJo reference, JoJo reference, JoJo reference. The year is 2025. Scientists are still scrambling to figure out what Zigga Zigga Ah is, so that they can give the Spice Girls what they really want. The Spice Girls are getting impatient. War is upon us.
Wait a minute. That's this year. Oh my god!
Childhood is wanting to be Batman. Teenagerhood is wanting to be Batman. Adulthood is wanting to be Batman. The only thing that changes is the reason you want to be Batman.
Wait. Wind Waker's Ganondorf dual blades had the Twin Rovers' names inscribed to them? No way, he was a mama's boy.
This is the equivalent of a cartoony tough guy having a tattoo that says mom.
Yeah? It only makes him more perfect!
Despite what popular opinion may lead you to believe, some rocks actually do have scientifically proven auras. Unfortunately, those rocks are uranium, and the aura is cancer.
Some rocks also produce strong auras in water, like the alkali metals. These auras, however, are fire.
Though rock auras are rare, rock magic is common. The most common form of rock magic is concussion.
Can I stay in bed until 2025?
Wake up, beach.
This content has been removed at the copyright holder's request.
Why is this post completely broken in every way imaginable?
Broken notes, deactivated account, Removed image. Finally, we have them all. In addition, OP's name is just gone. No insert username deactivated, insert a bunch of numbers, as is the standard for deactivated blogs. Just the word deactivated. Look upon their post, ye mighty, and despair.
It'll be impossible to find this post unless it wanders across your dash.
It has now been preserved into a YouTube video forever. Until YouTube dies.
I'm so genuinely lucky to be dumb as hammers. The simplest things bring me joy. I've had several fits of passionate laughing out loud today because I can't stop thinking of the phrase, $1 million. Fuck, I may be stupid too. It's just funny. New DB Cooper theory. He went up.
The rapture happened, but they only took him.
I visited a puffin colony a few days ago. I want you to meet my friend, the Porb. I love him. I feel like we need a massive public education campaign to inform people that natural and healthy are two completely different words with separate meanings. Writing prompt. Humanity went extinct. However, the supernatural creatures pretending to be human were so good at it that no one realized there were no more humans for over 200 years.
Now that sounds like a good Twilight Zone episode.
When did people get convinced a grass lawn was good and pretty? Versailles, I think, is the genuine answer. Of course, as with most things, blaming the French is an excellent bet. Try to your way out of this one, Versailles. My tarantula has never felt the touch of a man before, yet she's laying eggs. I didn't know they could lay unfertilized eggs. What do I do? Phrasing of this is taking me out. My tarantula, virginal as the Mother Mary, has given birth. Is this the second coming?
Yeah, harder to crucify a being with 8 legs.
Spider Jesus died on the asterisk for our sins.
You can't leave this in the chat, you fuckers.
Get his ass is so unreasonably funny to me. A huge win for the English language. It's today's versions of seize him, in my opinion.
Congratulations, you posted 4,000 posts. Yay!
What the fuck?
Unbothered, moisturized, happy, in my lane, focused, flourishing.
Pikachu's drowning.
This ain't about him.
Thinking about that one leaked design document about how a particular outfit in Sun and Moon was scrapped because it made the main character look gay? Like coming from the company that designed these heterosexual men?
Like, come on, Wallace is like dead on obvious.
Well, Peel Diago Palkia Gertina.
I have had like 5 asks for this trio. And JFC, okay, fine, y'all are monsters. Oh my god, Giratina. He just looks like a little guy. Lechong. Lechongis. Lemogas. I am not sorry.
And you shouldn't be.
Oh wow, autumn's here. Isn't that great, Chicory? You know, I know some people criticize the put a bow on a creature so people know it's a girl approach to character design. But come on, this rules.
Look how happy she is.
Favorite Pokemon conceptually are the ones counted as a single entity, but are clearly just like
more than one guy just hanging out.
They're unionized.
Especially Phalanx.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
Alright, chat. Which one's the son? They made this little frog a Bulbasaur cosplay. Hey, it's the greatest thing. Look at him. I love him.
All you fucking perverts drawing Pokemon with belly buttons are in for a goddamn reckoning. They are hatched from eggs.
Pow! Can't use a gun sound effect thing, Susan.
Can you peel Reuniclus, please? It's my friend's favorite. I have freed them from their gel prison. Bonus. Which evolution would previous poster be? The Miku-looking one.
The Miku-looking one? Hello? I give off Glaceon vibes, sure, but because of Miku? That's why!
You both wound and compliment me.
Oh no, Miku, what do you have to say about that?
Right now.
Happy New Year, but it's also
Wet Bees Wednesday. Oh yeah. Yo. Check this shit out.
Girl, help, I evolved fruit gummy and he's literally the size of my entire room.
Pokemon Go is worth it for the occasional glimpses we get into what social media is like in the actual Pokemon universe.
Ash Ketchum, you lucky boy, you got to do everything awesome in the Pokemon world. It's not fair anymore.
He never got to grow up, spend time with his family, or have a family of his own. He has a 5th grade education at best. He's essentially homeless, and the only friend he's retained through all of his travels is a mouse.
Yo, he's literally riding the god of the oceans like a fucking flying horse. Do you think he gives a rat's ass about his education?
I miss that very specific period of early Pokemon marketing where they weren't quite married to Pikachu being their mascot yet, so they just sort of threw a bunch of other C-tier Pokemon and everything they could to see what would stick.
Who's that little monster thing every kid is in love with these days? It's Poliwhirl, right? Yeah, it is. Put a fucking little dude on everything.
Hey, man. Poliwhirl fans have got to stick together. Am I right, Polycule?
Yeah. For your consideration, Mr. Mime is Ash's dad.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Mime was the later character. He's his dad now.
Alakazams really are so smart. Oh, look at this guy. He's literally been holding his spoon in his hands for 4 generations of Pokemon in preparation for this.
Foresight finally worked.
It's a shame my actual eyesight went bad. How the fuck did I read this?
It's been doing staring contests for a week. I want to go home, but it won't move an inch unless it loses.
My favorite thing is Starmie not realizing it can't physically blink and thinking it's just the best at staring contests.
A horrible concept, though, if it could blink. Pokemon fans, all the Pokemon are lazy, they're running out of ideas.
Gen 1, a seal named Seal, a crab named Krabby Crab, some slime named Slimy, a rat named Ratty Rat, a clown named Dr. Clown.
Bear witness to the greatest force ever assembled in history. Bear. Bear. Bear.
Wait, is this a We Bare Bears reference?
Everyone I know or follow on Tumblr is either a good artist, writer, cosplayer, gift maker, photoshopper, or attractive, or just amazing. And I sit here like, is that a platypus with 6 legs?
That's Lotad, you uncultured shit.
Footnote, there was also a misprint in the original Ruby Sapphire guidebook, which showed the Pokemon Trapinch as having no evolutions, making Vibrava and Flygon unobtainable to those who didn't accidentally level up Trapinch until it evolved seemingly for no reason. Man, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald were scarier than most creepypastas. Must suck ass to be like a lawyer or something in the Pokemon world. They haven't made any cool lawyer Pokemon yet.
Oh well.
I think we have different definitions of lawyer, but sure.
Why wouldn't Ho-Oh be a lawyer? They're Phoenix, right?
In the kindest way possible.
Fuck you. The fact you can press B to cancel a Pokemon's evolution is so funny to me. Like, imagine a butterfly about to emerge from a chrysalis and you just put your hand on it like, shh, buddy. Not yet. And it's like, well, okay. And climbs back in and zips itself up like a sleeping bag. Kinda worried that Nintendo's trying to warn us about something. Pokemon Go. Mario Run. Animal Crossing, get out. Legend of Zelda, get a fake identity. Donkey Kong, it's right behind you.
And the final installment, Kirby Found You. You know how IRL scientists are always ready to throw hands over certain topics? What I want to know is what kind of stupid arguments Pokemon scientists get into fights over. A heated battle starts in the middle of a conference because someone asked if Slowking Shelter could be considered its own separate species or not. Scientist steps onto the stage. A photo of a Flygon appears on the projector screen. She hits the screen with a pointer stick. Bug. Entire auditorium erupts into furious shouting.
And finally, Cockroach, what about see you next Tuesday, Susan Roach? I think you mean... Can you please turn that off?
Captain Toad initiates conversation. Mario.
Nintendo has at least 4 characters who are DJs, and none of them have collaborated with each other yet. This is unacceptable.
It seems you've forgotten somebody. Despite containing both a Princess Peach and a Princess Daisy piece, the licensed Super Mario chess set does not designate either of them as a queen piece, instead making them both bishops. Instead, Luigi is chosen to be the queen piece. Our queen. This reminds me of these kids I used to nanny. The eldest, 8 at the time, taught me how to play chess with this set. I remember him going over the pieces and stated that Luigi was the queen, and he, no joke, said, "Because he's the nicest and you have to protect someone like that." That has always stuck in my head whenever I see Luigi now. Luigi shuffling up for one of his casino minigames in Super Mario 64 DS. Oh yeah.
Isn't gambling illegal in Japan?
Luigi's Italian. Can I get the woohoo? Is generally the funniest thing a person could say in any situation, but is undeniably powerful coming from a demon with a cheap mustache.
Why would you say this about Mario?
I take it back, this is so undeniably powerful I'm losing my mind.
That's what I thought.
Okay, baby Mario characters are nice, but what about Teen Mario characters? Teen Mario just rolls his eyes and flips his scene hair and says, "Like, let's go," unenthusiastically. Or even better, "Let's fucking stay." The Smash Bros. Cast swapping anecdotes about their various evil doppelgangers, and Mario getting into an argument about whether Wario counts. Surprisingly, Mario is arguing that Wario does not count, as he has literally never made that connection in his life. You can't just say every fat Italian in overalls is a Mario counterpart. He's his own person with hopes and dreams. Evil hopes and dreams, but still. Daisy, meanwhile, manages to argue very convincingly that Peach should be considered her evil doppelganger, despite just being her cousin. Wario is playing devil's advocate because being Mario's evil doppelganger is great for business. If he was just some guy, nobody would buy WarioWare. Samus. Yeah, Dark Samus is kind of like a Metroid that stole my appearance and tries to kill me. Wario lying through his fucking teeth.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the Mario and me.
I am not gonna let you hide this in the replies.
The difference 21 years makes.
21 years on T.
Tortellini. Remember when Luigi asked if everyone in the human world will ever learn acceptance and Mario made this face for like 5 seconds?
It's like he knew Tumblr will exist and that this site will set up even more racial conflicts that already were in the late 80s and early 90s.
Leave my posts alone.
I work at Starbucks, and yesterday night these 2 big Italian men come in and order some coffee, so I asked for the first guy's name, and he says, in his thick Italian accent, that it's Mario. I'm thinking, okay, it's a pretty common name for a middle-aged Italian dude. But then his friend orders, and when I ask what his name is, he says, it's Luigi. And I can't help it. I giggle a little, to which Luigi says to his friend Mario, I told you she'd get it. And that's the story of how I got memed on by 2 middle-aged Italian men on Christmas Eve.
Years ago, my husband sent an email to Nintendo asking them a bunch of questions about Mario 64. Stuff like, how do bomb-bombs reproduce? And who does that second penguin baby belong to? And I bring it up because one of the 50-odd questions asked, why is there no furniture in Princess Peach's castle? Nintendo of Europe answered every question. So I can canonically tell you that Princess Peach is so rich that she owns 2 castles. One for furniture and one for all her artwork. In case you're wondering, the answers to the other 2 are through a mixture of gunpowder and love, and no one, it's its own penguin. There's extra, and then there's Princess Peach. This poses an even bigger question, though. If that castle is specifically for paintings and only paintings, how the fuck did they bake the cake? People act like hating Mario is imperative to being a Luigi fan, as if Luigi wouldn't fucking kill you for saying that.
It's true, Mario's biggest fan is his brother.
You know, you can achieve success without stepping on people's heads.
You hear that, Mario, you jerk?
Hey, what you looking at there, Mario? Something peachy?
Never let this die.
Oh my god, Bowser, you hopeless romantic. You love Peach no matter what she turns into. Bowser really is the type to love you if you became a worm. I say this again. He is no base villain. He is a conqueror king with a different sense of politeness, that is all. You are a fool to reject him, Toadstool. He would love you with the force of a supernova, the warmth of an hour after dawn at the edge of Kupahari, the loyalty of an elder chain chomp, the grace of a dancing blooper. He is the one man every woman needs, and you reject him? Why? For fear that his territory would somehow pollute your own? That he would have a greater claim to the throne? That his people would overwhelm the culture of yours? Fool, woman! He sees eternity, while you grapple for hours, even whilst they crumble in your arms.
Jesus Christ, see, tell us how you really feel.
In one particular piece of official art for Super Mario Odyssey, Mario's hair is rendered in great detail. Zooming in to the part above his ear, we can see what appears to be a single gray hair. This seems to be deliberate, as analysis of the images reveal that is not a transparency issue, but that the hair is indeed colored a lighter color than the rest. Due to the image being released in a lossless format by Nintendo, this also could not be a compression artifact. This is still hands down the wildest post on this site. I crave the most innocent parts of a relationship, like holding hands and forehead kisses and being able to tell someone how much I absolutely adore them.
And absolutely slaughtering them in Mario Kart.
Date? A me? Nice try, Mario.
For the first time since she was introduced 34 years ago, Princess Daisy is a playable character in a mainline Mario title. That's actually the result of an internal rule set by Nintendo back in the 90s. Google Princess Daisy Rule 34 to learn more. Don't! I wonder if we'll still use Tumblr in 5 years.
The unfunny thing about this 7-year-old post is that 7 years ago, the internet was such that one could reasonably imagine that in 5 years there would be other better platforms that would make Tumblr sort of outdated and cringy. Now the alternatives to Tumblr are corporations spying on you, absolute hellhole of discourse over Tumblr screenshots, corporations spying on you, Tumblr posts but in video form while corporations and the Chinese government spy on you, that platform you signed on after the titty ban spread mass panic and you never used since, and Reddit. A couple of months ago, when I was 100%ing Luigi's Mansion 3, I was doing a lot of multiplayer mansion games, trying to get the rare ghosts, and after one of these sessions, I got a friend request from one of the people I played randomly with. Anyway, his name is Luigi, his profile is Luigi, his library consists solely of Luigi games, and I've never seen him play anything else, so I just have to assume Luigi himself is my friend on Switch. For sale, framed Luigi, never hung. If you're one of the dozen or so people who replied with something to the effect of, actually Luigi is hung, you are now my enemy and I'm going to maul you on sight. Knock knock, open the door, it's me! Please open the door! Open up, hee-hee! Please. I don't know why people call Luigi the lesser brother. He is a multimillionaire with multiple homes, who has been on just as many adventures as his superior brother Mario, and has been on multiple occasions been called in to save Mario. It's bullshit propaganda, and I won't stand for it anymore. Not to mention, he actually, has a personality, isn't suffering from silent protagonist syndrome. He's fucking drenched in personality. Look at him go! He's also got a bigger dick, according to MatPat. And he's got a bigger dick, according to MatPat. Congratulations! Long live the king.
Well, one of these days, I'm gonna eventually run a Twitter post because, my God, are people migrating to Blue Sky real fast?
Food, $200. Data, $150. Rent, $800. Las Vegas Sphere, $450,000 a day. Utility, $150. Someone who's good at campaigns help me budget this. My small business is dying.
Anyone can reintroduce wolves. Bring back the 7-foot-tall soul-eating Irish elk, you cowards.
Look at that. I want to ride that thing into battle.
Well, how else are we supposed to wash the station's windows, Ensign? Meet me at the scaffolding outside. Oh, you can't hold your breath for 90 minutes? Okay, I suppose you're one of those 30-minute people. Weak.
About as weak as the guy who read that without your accent. I'm so sorry.
This design is ass. Session terminated.
No way.
Bro, imagine having art style so bad that Adobe's like,
we don't want to feed this to our AI feeding machine, you fucking mongrel.
While I go through the trouble of putting on makeup, the rose finch just wakes up in the morning and looks like this.
If you piss off your friends who have multiple romantic partners, you'll have to face their
Polyrath. It's polyrath, guys. You see it? I asked the produce guy if I could try a grape, and he said he wouldn't care if I lit the store on fire with him in it.
I think he was flirting with you.
Why did it kind of work? Because I can't stop thinking about him.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to be the pinnacle of cinema. We can quit making more movies now. Two dumb hedgehogs beating the shit out of each other over Tokyo, one of them on a motorbike, isn't ever going to be beaten.
Yesterday, I overheard my 2-year-old son saying,
"Are you sure this is a good idea?"
and my 5-year-old son replying,
"Trust me."
and I have never moved from one room to another so quickly in my life.
Man, this house ain't got enough outlets.
What if we kissed under the mistletoe stir?
James Cameron says Avatar Fire and Ash will introduce 2 Na'vi tribes. One is nomadic and travel through the air. The other represents the dark side of the Na'vi. They were destroyed by volcanic eruptions, so they resent nature and everything the forest Na'vi preach.
Does he think we're fucking stupid?
Is this how we find out Avatar is actually just James Cameron's Avatar The Last Airbender fanfiction?
I'm a top. I'm a bottom. Okay. I'm vengeance. I am the night. I'm Batman.
Send reply. 14 other users made the same joke. Send.
Do better.
This will save lives.
It would also make YouTube comment sections very, very quiet.
Your rent is due?
Nuclear bomb right to your face and cock.
Ugh, said that with a little too much confidence, didn't I? I have an idea for a new TV show. A girl reads her DMs out loud, and 5 mothers have to guess which of their sons wrote it.
10 out of 10 would binge every episode.
Conversations with the 5-year-old DM.
It's the spider dragon.
What is that?
A massive black dragon with 8 legs and big pincers dripping with poison.
That is terrifying.
It has a breath weapon. It breathes millions of tiny spiders at you.
Screw rolling for initiative. Can I just roll to surrender? November sucks. Can't shave, can't nut, and you have to write a 50K word novel.
The Shining. You're gonna look me in the eye and say that Jack Nicholson went absolutely batshit fucking crazy because he couldn't nut or shave? You sure it had nothing to do with the ghosts?
Turning Red is cringe because 13-year-old girls don't...
Let me stop you right there. When I was 13, I wrote a story about how Legolas fell in love with me, and how I went to Middle-earth, and then Aragorn also fell in love with me. We are cringe. We are legion. Also, if you were 13, you were either cringe, or you're fucking lying.
I hate when people put their age in their bios in Roman numerals. You think I know what number that is? Square Enix only has 16 Final Fantasy games out right now.
Don't try to be cheeky and change your age to Dissidia or Crystal Chronicles or Tactics.
Yo, I'm low-key getting a tan.
Do you know who else is getting a tan?
Wait, why is the tip so small?
It's the size of this walnut, except way smaller.
Old Man's Treasure by Carl Gusau might be one of the greatest paintings of all time.
Like, hell yeah, that sure is a treasure.
Breaking news! Wasp 77,573 is the first wasp on the moon! Update, he died.
Scientists cradle Scotch egg in hands. A tiny fist breaks through the crumbs. A Scotchman hatches. The odds of a rabbit watching you right now are low, but never zero. This popular tweet is funny. I wonder what people have added in the comments. 200 comments from blue checks. Porn bots saying they're horny. Bots clumsily repeating OP. Normal seeming replies that were actually copy-pasted from other non-blue check users farther down. Yeah, there's occasional non-insane blue checks. I fear I am not one of them, but that's for totally different reasons. Dudes used to just hand you particles.
Well, where do you want to go? You want to go to the beautiful yet horrifying world that is Jurassic Park? Or do you want to go with Tim Allen as he films Last Man Standing? Heartwarming. This 2-year-old's family couldn't afford his $20,000 electric chair, and their insurance didn't cover it, so a high school robotics team burnt down the insurer's headquarters.
I am the lactose champion of the world. The milk will flow with my victory celebration. Just don't ask where it came from.
Thanks for taking our mascot to the winner's circle. 2 Red Bull and an Adderall breakfast is the most important meal of the day, that's right.
my guardian angel, currently taking the form of Nikita Komaida to try to get me to listen to him. Do you think maybe a vegetable would cause less despair? Hey, guess whose apartment has a gas leak? Jesus, that was a year later. Watching someone else control the computer and doing it differently than you is one of life's greatest challenges. Like, what do you mean you just renamed the pictures you snagged off the internet? What do you mean? In an exclusive interview, Normal Frog, as he now prefers to be called, talks about his journey to finding peace and happiness.
You know, it's been a long road, he said. For years, I was known for my wild behavior, but that was just a symptom of my underlying mental health issues. I hope when the next time you watch Crazy Frog Saves Christmas, you just remember that I'm not that guy anymore.
Is that show Arcane or any good?
Yes, actually.
It's got a slow start, but it's really heartfelt look at the price of power, the responsibility of the elite, and the love and bond between sisters. Wow. So the game it's based on is good, right?
Oh, gods no, never play League of Legends.
Believe in myself. The same person who got me into this mess. Please, lie down on the... on the srouch. It's totally normal behavior, I swear. You know, I could say Sonic is blue and still have at least 10 miserable people write full essays explaining how he's actually not. Are you fucking kidding me?
What would you do in this situation?
Probably stepping on houses and killing people and things of that nature. Get ready to craft your world. Minecraft movie, only in theaters 2025. Wonder if Steve will become the twist villain when it's revealed he won't let him beat the dragon because he doesn't want to leave. And then, as a bonus post credits cutscene, it closes on a book, like the credits close on a book, and it says it says, you just hear this disembodied voice. It says, and those are my Minecraft diaries. It's increasingly clear that Ellen DeGeneres was an environmentally significant apex predator in the media ecosystem. She'd have extracted all the entertainment value from the Haktua girl in a 3-minute segment and banished her back to the anonymity, maintaining ecological balance. We got rid of all the wolves, and now we're surprised by all the deer. In the words of me Canyon Haktua girl.
Yeah, well, what do I know? Haktua.
Why mafia isn't a fucking aesthetic, a thread. Hey, cookie the pizza. Go fuck yourself for real. I can't with these people anymore. I hate you all from the bottom of my heart. Ignorant pieces of shit. Elon Musk's generative AI chatbot, Grok, turns on him, labeling him one of the most significant spreaders of misinformation on X.
Damn. None of his kids love him.
Oh my gosh, Patrick Seitz. Hi, yes, I love you. Thank you for your performances, Hector.
The window says holiday market, but, well, I think we all see what it says. Please stop sending me pilots for your Star Wars series ideas. I'm not that Jon Favreau. I feel your pain. I just walked out of the bathroom at the sushi joint I'm at, and I had to do a double take. What? That's Ronan Shrek, isn't it? That's Ronan Shrek I'm looking at, right? You've heard of the violin. Now get ready for the violence. Look at this fucking punishing gray raven-ass weapon here. Souls veterans think Souls is difficult, like white people think buffalo wings are spicy. Yeah, I said it. I had to leave my wife and children back in the village. I'm sure they're doing just fine.
Wait, he's straight?
Nah, furry porn has gaslit an entire generation of thinking this guy fucks dudes canonically. Transformers 1 is currently the #1 movie on Paramount Plus. Is Paramount Plus a real streaming service or another thing you Americans made up? No, it's real. It's very real. Scientists say octopi could rule Earth if humans die out. Makes sense. If humanity were to vanish, octopi might become Earth's next civilization builders, says experts.
Professor Tim Coulson of Oxford University believes octopi's intelligence, tools-wise, show more.
Holy shit, Splatoon is gonna be real. To finally get to be alone me. Oh, wait, I'll be dead.
Girl, dog, dinner. How do these people fill in job applications? The key to surviving online is inoculating yourself with the correct amount of anime. Too little and you will feel endlessly lost. Too much and you will lose yourself to endlessness. You know what's great? I feel like this statement could apply to both sides of the extreme anime spectrum. Like, you could have watched so much anime that you become so attached to all of those properties that you can't even imagine someone doing horrid things to them. Or you could have watched too much anime and become completely desensitized, and now you really don't give a shit when someone does horrid things to them.
All about the human experience, really. Except with anime.
Showering is like,
let me put some goop on. Let me take that goop off. Let me put some goop on. Let me take that goop off. Let me put some goop on. Let me take that goop off. Let me put some goop on. Let me take that goop off.
Worrying works. 90% of the things I worry about never happen. Thanks, worrying. Body parts are often metaphors. Guts are courage, balls are courage, spine is courage. Toes are small pigs that participate in the market economy. I never thought I would change my name when I got married. I was the first medical Dr. Newton in my family, and I'm very proud of that. But when presented with the opportunity to say, "Hi, I'm Dr. Sleeper, and I'll be your anesthesiologist," I just couldn't pass it up.
How am I supposed to study when my hedgehog just sits there waiting for me to give him attention?
Interesting fact. T-shirt is actually short for Tyrannosaurus shirt. Because of the short arms. God damn it. Learning French has really encouraged me to live in the moment, because I currently cannot conjugate any other verb tense. The year is 2246. Disease and hunger have been eradicated. The terraforming of Mars is complete. The symbol for save is still the floppy disk. Hey, I'm gonna need you to finish your story real quick so I can tell you how the same thing happened to me, but it's more interesting because I'm in it.
How you mean Pickless Big Game and Silent Hill 2 use the same sound packs? Vinny, what the fuck did you mean by that, Vinny? What do you mean by that?
Elon, train your AI over this. Yeah, we're back, bitches.
No, we've made a mistake. This is like the teenagers in horror movies that accidentally summon an extremely powerful demon from the old ages. We do not want futuristic hop back.
And finally, flat.
This is the perfect logo. Makes me happy every time. Graphic design major here. The reasons why this logo works so good is because the kitty and the doggy are best friends.
Ah.
The German title for Zelda Ocarina of Time is the silliest thing ever, yet no one ever talks about it. The Legend of Zelda. Das Flutenduten. Behold, Shadow and Maria in Sonic 3. Okay, I know it's a joke, but as somebody who works at Cinemark, I'm begging y'all, don't cheer and clap when Maria dies. Don't do it. Don't. Jolly, I know you mean well, but telling the internet not to do something is likely not going to give you the results you're looking for. Told the Mages Guild I'd be working on my casting, but I didn't say which kind. I like big butts and I cannot lie. My brother likes small butts and cannot tell the truth. Each of us guards a door. One leads to an anaconda that has sprung. The other to certain death. My daughter loves the things she's learning in grade 2, and she woke me up this morning by whispering,
I have more bones than you.
directly into my ear. So I'm pretty psyched to be raising an extremely powerful science witch. H.P. Lovecraft's voice was described as high, almost falsetto, with a flat nasal quality and distinct Rhode Island accent. Which means he spoke like Peter Griffin.
Sonic the Hedgehog, or a.k.a. Oglive Maurice Wentworth Hedgehog.
Yes, that is his name.
From a young age, I knew everybody was wrong, and I was right.
Fuck, this area sucks. I'll look up a guide.
Guide. This area sucks. Fuck. Alright, chat, name that level. Stars needs to clarify if robot racism is a thing or if that one guy in the bar in the first movie was just an asshole. Really don't care about the acolytes or the Mandalorians or shit. I just really we need to know if that robot was a piece of shit. Oh, I gotta put on my best Leonis voice for this one. If my 3-year-old nephew calls me Uncle Poop again tomorrow, I'm going to ruin Thanksgiving for everyone. There's only 2 types of guys in this world. 1, guys named Eric. And 2, guys not named Eric. So true. Made tater tots for Thanksgiving, but they keep disappearing. Ugh! You fucking suck at Tetris. Oui, oui. Yesterday, I had a little croissant and too much coffee, so I had a, how you say, panic attack.
I'm this close. I'm this fucking close!
Friends with benefits implies the existence of friends with consequences. Oh, there are definitely friends with consequences. Procreate is a crazy name, to be honest. You're drawing an app called Fuck. Well, no. It's freakier than that. See, fuck can usually just be for, like, entertainment value. Procreate means breed. Had a dream last night. I was at a hyperbole convention and someone asked how many people were in the attendance, and this dude said, like a bajillion! And everyone started clapping. That's a good one. First teaser for the Concord episode of the video game anthology series Secret Level, releasing December 10th at Prime. Yeah. Discover Concord? Okay, sure. Is there like a video game of it I can play somewhere? What the citizens of Gravity Falls see when they look up. Oh shit, Dad. Can you guys stop reporting our tweets for spam? Oh, I'm gonna die. So for tomorrow's delivery, it would be $53,346.29. Or it could be for free delivery on Thursday. Okay, Thursday is fine. What aren't people talking enough about? How 70 to 80-year-olds are generally regarded as unemployable due to mental decline/skill mismatch, yet they're exclusively running the country? This is very interesting. Well, I never thought of it like that before. Jesus Christ. Giving series 10 out of 10s not because they're flawless, but because they've personally impacted you and all of its perks overshadow the flaws. This is good. Not romantic, not platonic, but cosmically intertwined across every universe. Gay versus gay. Call that shit fruit ninjas. At work, they used AI to create a job application, and this is what it did to the gender identification section. I'm fucking crying. Alright, which gender are you guys? I want to answer female or bad. I didn't even get anything for free! Community note, Gunpie has received several things for free, actually. Throne.com/Gunpie. Okay, how incredibly boring was the Truman Show at first air? Like, people would be flipping through the channels and then like, oh, it's a live baby channel. A stupid baby who sits there 24/7. Like, sure, it probably got better, but how did they survive the first month, let alone the first 2 seasons? Well, okay, so that's a very good question, because in the movie they said, like, everybody loved it from the get-go, but, like, media industry lies to us all the time, so... Don't think it, don't say it, 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 don't say it, don't say it, I'm gonna piss on the moon. God damn it! Whenever my friends make drunk plans for brunch, I always feel like a Shark Tank judge, like, you have no real plan. I've seen this idea fall apart before, and I know for a fact you don't have any money. For these reasons, I am out. Saying that Elden Ring should have an easy mode in a room full of men just to feel something. Amazing how whenever you go to the post office, the queue in the front of you is made up entirely of people who appear to have ended up at the post office by accident, have in fact never visited a post office before, and have no idea what they want out of the experience. I was at the post office and someone at the back of the line said, "Do you mind if I skip to the front? I just need to mail a package." And the bravest man in the world said, "Do you think we're all here for fun?" Filed in photos which are terrifying if you know what they are, non-threatening otherwise. In the words of our resident tiny shark. Oh no. Same image without the steak ad. Community note. Bro, forgot the image. I forgot the image. What the fuck? Community note. It's alright. We forgive you.
American citizens dies due to lack of affordable health care. Wages not growing. News owned and operated by war profiteers. World's health seized by global oligarchs. Student debt exists. Washington Post. Russian propaganda is making millennials reject capitalism. My 2-year-old nephew just absolutely roasted my ass. Got on FaceTime with him and showed me his trains, and he asked,
Where are yours?
and I had to admit I owned 0 trains. Fucking humiliating. And finally, a man hired social media influencers known as the Varos twins through Cameo to tell his wife he wants a divorce. Divorcee!
Hey, you. Over there with the face. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come here. Come here. Come here. No. Come here. Come on. You, looking to get some money you'll see or a character of your hyperfixation? Well, guess what? My wife has commissions open. We got little guys. We got vast sketches. You into shipping? We got that too. And then there's the ever reliable simple renders. Oh, look at that. Look at that man right there. That's a high quality man. You can use the code XHITTER for a little discount on the simple ones, and this will end December 31st. I can't say the name of it or else YouTube will find out what I've been doing. That's XHITTER for a little discount. You got anything you want to say, wife?
Please help, I'm broke.
Fantastic. Okay, now the video's over. You can go home. Enough of this character is my son.
This character is my nephew. Not my responsibility, but I'm taking him out for lunch and buying him Hot Wheels. He deserves it. Little Pookie. There's a lady on the train knitting so aggressively and quickly that her needles clack like some sort of cartoon character, and I am super intimidated. She smashed out a shawl in like 35 minutes, and now she's aggressively eating a sandwich. I can't. The sandwich is gone. Packet of chips, gone. Fuel for the knitting machine that she is. She's at it again.
My body is a machine. It takes in sandwiches and pumps out scarves, baby.
Nobody even wants to play toys anymore. Because of work. They're finally giving me a magnificent gilded cup for all the folding chairs I've helped put away at various events and functions.
Long magical Long magical girl transformation, and the whole audience is so excited to see how I will subvert it. But in the end, I just look like a normal magical girl, and they're all booing me because I didn't subvert the genre, and I'm crying because I just wanted to be a normal magical girl. You know, I made this post to make fun of irony poison people who have to subvert everything, but this is literally what being a trans woman is like. Oh no.
People laugh about how cats love boxes. But if there was suddenly a box bigger than you in your living room, you'd probably go in it too.
How dare you be right, you son of a bitch.
Where the fuck is my tablet pen?
There are 3 kinds of LGBT headcanons. 1. Actual queer coding / metaphors. Nimona is trans because her creator made her as a way to express his feelings as a trans person. 2. Vibes. Link is genderless because I said so. And 3. It's funny. Phoenix Wright is asexual because he's the ace attorney. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yo, this website's easy. Watch. Dangles bunch of Greek gods like keys.
Post without tags.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, don't worry. Keep in mind, I only know, 2 Greek gods by name. Homer's one of them, and he was good friends with Odysseus, I think.
Oh, fuck, here we go.
Wait, fuck, Homer isn't a god. He wrote the fucking thing. Fuck, post, cancel, don't look!
Can't wait for OP to be cursed by the gods for their ignorance. Haven't seen a good cursing in a while.
Desperately Google searching for Greek gods to pray to when people notice your online idiocy.
You're failing.
You don't think I know that god of death? Can I pray to you so I can die already? That's right, I do research. I know one more Greek god. Pluto is Roman, not Greek.
The short version is that Pluto is the later name for the god of death, which is often associated with the Roman era / Roman mythology. Hades is the earlier name.
I set up my own house made of sticks and it has promptly fallen on me.
To be frank, I'm pretty sure the consensus is that Homer wasn't actually a real guy, but I could be wrong.
Was Homer a real person? Scholars are uncertain whether he existed. If real, he's not even real! I made this post thinking I knew what kind of fire I was playing with. Hephaestus, god of fire, looking upon me from his fuck-off tower or whatever, said, "Oh, you think you know? Check this shit." And promptly set my post ablaze for everyone to observe. Hephaestus doesn't have a tower. He lives in a volcano. Fine then, you big fuck-off volcano, whatever.
Early contender for post of the year.
Achievement unlocked. Lightning bait. You're basically doing the post equivalent of standing out in a field during a storm with a 10-foot copper pole. You better hope Zeus is busy hiding from Hera.
Fuck's sakes, not again!
Okay, Cybercore, I need you to name every Greek god you know and what they are for, please. For science.
Okay, fine, here's what I found. Hermes, the funny one. Zeus, the lightning, thought he was Nordic father of Thor. Poseidon, the sea one. Hephaestus, the fire-forging steel one. Aphrodite, the hot one. Kratos, god of war. Hades, the hell one, roguelike. Apollo, the dodgeball prophecy one.
Ares is the god of war, not Kratos.
Why the fuck is the game called God of War then?
I can't believe this post is less than 24 hours old. It feels like something out of classic Tumblr lore. It just keeps going. Hey, OP, would you like a shovel to dig that grave a little bit faster? I'm personally offended that you didn't mention Hestia, given how many times I've mentioned her on this post alone, as well as the obvious fact that Hestia is Bestia.
I'm absolutely dying. The mix-up between Zeus and Odin. Can you imagine those two switching places?
Whatever, lightning boys!
Oh, Cybercore, take it from me, the man who once said, "I love Persephone." Don't fuck Blur with Tumblr.
Not sure this will make sense to anyone besides me, but the antidote to negativity is not positivity, it's warmth. Positivity tells a sad person that there is no reason to be sad. Warmth asks the sad person if they want to go get ice cream.
Been a moment since I saw this. Glad it's back on my dash when I needed it.
Love the way we finish each other's sentences. It's like we're soulmates. Or the Beastie Boys. Shout out to everyone who wants to info dump but can't string together coherent thoughts to form sentences and instead just looks at you like this. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Also, this was sent to me cropped like this, so I have zero control on how to fix that.
Like how one of the most prestigious and respected marine institutions on the planet posted this with zero context. Well, I think it's pretty easy to figure out. Crabs were once people. Crab people. Remember that? That was a good bit.
Me.
This is a background character who's in one scene, has 2 lines, and is completely irrelevant to the rest of the story. I'm going to stop obsessing over what to name him and use the random name generator on BehindTheName.com. I'm going to accept the first thing he gives me and move the fuck on. BehindTheName.com.
Your random name is Charizard Cockburn.
Fuck it, we'll call him Charlie CB. Mammals both produce milk and have hair. Ergo, a coconut is a mammal.
I know you're being facetious, but this is an actual issue with morphology-based phylogeny.
What are we talking about? Human ability to quantify and categorize natural phenomena is sketchy at best and wildly misleading at worst. You are allowed to like characters that are as flat as hell. Like, you can stop pretending that your favorite has an ass. It's okay you break your hand on their tailbone if you try to slap it. Just stop lying online. You're killing me. Literally, when anyone calls any of the male characters in Genshin beefy. Like, those are twonks at best and twinks at worst. Have you ever not liked someone in a romantic way and everything is cool and all, then they do something small like touch your shoulder or say something funny, and you kind of just freeze and think,
Oh no.
Listen, Knuckles has lived alone his whole life, Shadow has been frozen for 50 years, Silver's from the future, Blaze is from another dimension. Basically what I'm saying is they'd all fall for Updog.
Sonic wrote this post.
Don't say it. Don't think it. Don't say it, don't think it.
No. The Sonic 3 movie premiere is going to be something else. You're going to have people cheering as a young girl gets shot, and you're going to have people trying their hardest not to shout obscenities around the other 10-year-olds in the theater.
All right, Chad, since the movie's been out for a while, tell me, how was your Sonic 3 movie experience? Did anyone make the funnies?
Fun fact, the Troy Pump action rifle came out in 2014, 9 years after Shadow the Hedgehog.
They modeled a gun after Shadow the Hedgehog?
Sonic Heritage Post.
And then it's so upsetting that Sega did not let him continue having the gun. They made the gun for him!
Behold, giant Sonic outside Shanghai Joypopolis.
Joypopolis? Joypolis.
Well, I for one welcome our new hedgehog overlord.
He's waving to the lowly peasants. Accidentally said Jesus the Christ today like he's a fucking Sonic. He's a Sonic. God, this sucks. I need to remember suicide jokes are bad for my mental health. Find the Chaos Emeralds.
I had a dream that they changed the material handcuffs were made of to this,
metallic gold color, and people kept trying to get arrested in Sonic cosplay so they could, quote, get those rings. And it was the hottest craze on the internet for a solid 2 months, and basically every location in the Western world banned Sonic cosplays, and Sonic ended up being a symbol for anarchist ideology. Have you considered that this is a premonition? The dream was a prophecy, and the future sure looks bright.
Silver would disagree.
Man, fucked it up already. 2025 is gonna be my year, though.
The earlier you post this, the funnier it is.
2024 can still be your year. Ups and downs are a part of life. It's all good. Never give up. It's never too late to try again.
Wow, can't believe Sonic is telling me to live and learn.
I think I like Surge because she's objectively, kind of mid. She's Knuckles level powerful, but she can't even beat Base Sonic in a 1v1. You can forget about Shadow or Supersonic. She's an underdog, and that makes her interesting. She dodges any notions of being someone's edgy, overpowered OC because she's up against Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. And Sonic is he's just that guy. It makes her easy to root for.
Funniest parts of each Sonic adaptation. Each of them. Oh boy, here we go. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Robotnik's ass works on anime titty logic. Sonic Saturday Morning. That one episode where they went to the indigenous coded wolf pack and Anton was paranoid and crying about being cursed the entire way because of the sign in front of the cave, saying they'd curse anyone who crossed them, and then at the end he's still being a baby about it, and the wolf pack leader just says, Anton, we made up the curse to scare white people. We can't actually do that. Sonic OVA. The only part of canon lore they remembered was that Tails was afraid of thunderstorms. Also, Sarah's name is spelled different every time you look at it. It's driving me crazy. Why did they do this? How could they? Sonic Underground. Literally everything about it. Take one look at that show and tell me it isn't objectively hilarious. Sonic X. That one episode where they put Sonic on a boat. And he immediately lost every moral he has. Sonic Boom. The fact that the show is basically a normal workplace comedy. And then midway through season 2, They start an episode with a full Bye 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 Birdie parody musical number about how Eggman doesn't actually have a doctorate, and then when the song was over, they never mentioned it again. I never did anything like that ever again. What the fuck? Sonic Cinematic Universe. Sonic has watched Speed, and therefore knows all the swear words. All of them. Bonus round, Classic Gameverse. In Tails spin-off games, he literally just kills his enemies. He kills them. They're dead. He's 4 years old. Shogakukan. It's hard to tell because a lot of it hasn't been translated into my language, but I'm going to have to go with the simple fact that the plot is that Sonic is a 10-year-old boy who hulks into Sonic when he's being self-deprecating. 10 out of 10. Sonic the comic. Super Sonic is evil, but then he gets split from Sonic, gets amnesia, and gets a customer service job. That's the most Tumblr thing I've ever fucking heard. Pre-Sonic Genesis Wave Archie. Oh boy. Ken Penders, lawsuits, and drama is hilarious, and I'd also like to point out the romantic drama thrown into the comics
when there was none of that in Saturday Morning. Like, Sonic and Sally had one argument in one episode. It wasn't even that serious. Otherwise, they were a very healthy couple. But in the Archie canon, everyone's dating each other and arguing all the time, and their kids look like exact clones instead of anyone being creative. And Sonic and Saturday Morning was also super feminist and progressives, but the early comics fucked that up, and that's what was I talking about? Now I'm just mad. Okay, so anyway, the funniest part is Mellow the Bee! Post-Sonic Genesis Wave Archie. So they weren't allowed to have Snally anymore, so now Sally is gay. Modern game first. Sonic Shuffle. Sonic fucking Shuffle. Guys, if you ever wanted to play Mario Party with cards and you had to land on the exact space in order to get your prize, play Sonic Shuffle. It's great. Sonic Storybook. You know, those games that everyone loves ironically or very, very much loves, and if you say anything bad about it, you will be shot on sight. Oh, there's a lot to pick here. Gates of Hell, I want to be sacrificed. You're the true King Arthur. Yeah, let's go with the fact that in Black Knight, Amy is technically Shadow's mom. Really, cinematic masterpiece. Sonic Chronicles. You guys remember that Timmy and the Well bit? Like, what the fuck was that? Sonic Boom Gameverse. Rise of Lyric has a lot of funny stuff, but I'm gonna go with the Shattered Crystal game, where literally every single main character was morally okay with murder and actively trying to kill and skin the villain to make boots for Amy, and the villain gets killed by Shadow appearing out of nowhere and kicking him out of a plane, and the only objection anyone has is that they wanted to do that first. God, I miss the Boom renditions of everybody. Sonic IDW. Surge, I'll give you something to sue me about. The Tenrec. Flawless. Oh, this is where we realize this came out before the whole show dropped. Sonic Prime. It's not out yet, so it's too early to say, but right now I love that Big the Cat was one of the first characters revealed. Allow me to add to that, since now it is out. It gave us the Shadow-loving Latinos meme. Also the part where Shadow steals Sonic's drip. That was pretty goddamn good. Sonic the Hedgehog is really a funny character, actually. He's the fastest thing alive. He breaks the laws of physics on the regular. He's just some guy. He has time traveled on several different occasions. He is homeless. He became a werewolf at one point. He can't swim. He is an ADHD icon. He killed the time god. He died and was brought back to life. He's 3 feet tall. He can breathe in space. He wears 80s Thriller boots. He befriended the light god of Earth. He only eats state-fair food. He was a father figure for a robot that died. He was a prisoner of war for 6 months. He was personally based on Bill Clinton. He kissed a human girl on the lips. He taught the god of destruction how to process trauma. He is canonically King Arthur. He's canonically Santa Claus. He got stuck on a cruise ship once and lost every moral he had. Hey, look at that. It's a callback. He's the only one who remembers the timeline before he killed the previously mentioned time god. He's 15 years old. Actually, I'm pretty sure he killed 2 time gods. How old did you? You did all that at 15. Fuck, you were doing it at 15 years old. Playing Sonic the Hedgehog? Actually, that's pretty cool. Okay, keep doing that. Upon reflecting, the Sonic movie, which was really good, I realized the Sonic franchise has 2 modes when it comes to stories. Story A? Haha, whatever, Eggman. Okay, Boomer, no problem. This is happening. 90s slang. Story B. An ancient god has risen now to save our world. We will destroy it even if it costs our lives to prevent the apocalypse. Yeah. According to a survey, Gen Z is more likely to recognize Sonic the Hedgehog than Shakespeare. Well, yeah, how is Shakespeare going to recognize the blue hedgehog when he's dead? I have misunderstood the post. Sonic the Hedgehog, sustained speeds of 667 miles per hour, could have made the journey from the Shire to Mount Doom, 1,718.5 miles, in over just 2 hours. But he also famously loves rings, so he almost assuredly would have found the thrall of the ring far too powerful to resist. Tails would have had to shoot him. Incorrect. Sonic is pure heart. He might struggle. He might need the help of his friends, but he would never fall to temptation. If he did, though, it would make a really good story. And Frodo's heart was not pure?
Frodo's love for his friends was any weaker? The ring would have filled Sonic's head with visions of unlimited chili dogs, and he would have fallen under its power. The line of hedgehogs would be broken. Either that or a copy of Sonic Heroes for the PlayStation 2 that's not a buggy-ass mess.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Hits you with the remember to drink water beam.
The autism mood of never knowing when it's your turn in a convo, so you just say the first word of your sentence in about 5 times before you actually get to speak. It's great. I love everything about it. Characters who refuse to heal. Characters who change but only for the worse. Characters who are trapped by their grief and rage. Characters who unravel throughout the narrative. I am putting them in my pocket for later. You can write whatever you want, whenever, however, forever. I have to write something perfect and earth-shattering, and I have to do it perfectly the first time, or else. New headcanon that there's a Spider-Verse where this dude is actually Spider-Man.
Bold of you to assume it is in our universe.
I can hear the scream.
Tip, you can say Ababa out loud anytime you like. Try it now. Go on, I'll give you some time.
Y'all hear that? Sound like a homosexual saying a ba ba ba.
We're all getting older, but age is a relative thing. I've licked things that are 250 million years old. You're not that old, and you're not worth licking. Claire, this is by far the most terrifying thing you have ever made. I'm not sure what kind of luck the $115 frozen pizza badges are supposed to bring, but I'm not taking any chances. Good luck, Charm.
It's not delivering, do you know?
Do you ever become obsessed with a character and you just go, "Of fucking course, it's that one," at yourself because you are so incredibly predictable? You know, I cannot relate to people who dislike female characters for being manipulative. She's literally creative problem solving before your eyes. She's literally just using her words. Maybe the other Blorbro should be less pawn-like for her beautiful hands. You ever think about that? You know, you see people describing themselves as loving food or loving music, and you scoff because, who doesn't? And then it turns out there's people who genuinely do live in silence with a mayonnaise sandwich for every meal. The world is so vast. No, you misheard me. I don't have a circadian rhythm. I have a circadian rhythm. I wake up at night and start screaming as loud as I can. Speaking of which, it's 3 a.m., time to...
God, I love having boobs.
Boobs explosion.
What?
Killer bees were created in an attempt to breed tamer and more manageable bees. Did it work? Did it work? For those who don't know back when Black and White were newly revealed, they released only the silhouettes of the starter Pokemon. It's hilarious to look back on. You know, 2 out of 4 were at least correct on the typing, you know. You got that going for you. Oh, he's so pretty. I want him to be grievously injured. Why is this my thought process when anyone makes me blush? Neurotypicals be like, "There's a new social cue coming out. No, we're not telling you about it. Suffer." You guys know the famous YouTuber? The one who plays the games? I think his name's, Multiplayers?
Delete this before I steal the calcium from your bones.
Well, I need to clean my keyboard. I got a dust bunny problem.
Behold, a typical gamer engaged in the act of intellectual stimulation known as gaming.
Yeah, you can't spell silly without ill, and baby, I'm diseased.
You know, it's incredibly empathetic of me to not skin you alive, by the way. Hey, wait a second. Why are cats evolved to attack invisible things? What do they see that we don't? Oh no.
Discovered. Wood Elf, High Elf, Dark Elf. Coming soon. Plasma Elf, Wonder Elf, and Fuck Elf.
Well, what was that last one?
Probably bad RPG ideas. Oh no.
Power word. Pregnancy.
Well, this is how Jesus was made.
Damn it. Fuck.
Anyone else one situation away from losing their mind?
Anybody else one situation away from losing their mind?
Post-a fire's already there. Been through multiple situations. Mine lost time ago. And is an example left behind. How's it feel?
Life is suffering and agony be like a prayer.
You know, you don't actually have to go on dating apps to find girlfriends. Many beautiful women are waiting for you on rocks out at sea.
This user is a malicious entity made of sea foam. Out of my way, bothersome footnote. I'm about to
Fun frog facts. 6 minutes remain.
Hey, little guy, what does that mean? What does that mean, little guy?
I love when you click the share link on a picture on your phone and you get a bunch of batshit insane options.
Like, yeah, let me email this selfie to the periodontist office. Let me send this to my boss on Teams. Perfect suggestions.
I love unhinged women. But I also love women who try so fucking hard to be hinged. Clinging to those hinges by her fingernails. Oh my god.
Hey, Middle Earth, are there any ecological consequences for those big fucking eagles?
Goblins and hobbits both make their homes underground.
Funniest answer for why Gandalf didn't use eagles to carry the hobbits to Mordor. And yet they came and picked them up after.
Wait. If Clussy means clown pussy, then clock means... Oh, good God.